Good evening, folks, and welcome to Mars Junior Senior High School for tonight's matchup between the 3-2 Armstrong Riverhawks and the 0-5 Mars Fightin Planets. My name is Joe Rhodes. Tonight I'm joined and fortunate enough to be joined by Doug Flanders and Ryan Sprankle. They'll be taking over the call here shortly for me as I try to hone in on the camera work here tonight. Interesting setup we have here at Mars High School, but excited to bring you this exciting game. Two teams that are certainly used to being at the top of the standings, and in terms of WPIAL football, Mars off to a slow start, but looking to buck the trend here tonight and get into the wins column while the Riverhawks try to move to 4-2. So without any further ado, I will hand it over to Ryan Sprankle and Doug Flanders. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Doug, and I'm excited here to be here with Ryan, and we're looking forward to a great game tonight. We got nice weather out here. We're about 13 minutes away from kickoff. Two teams that are perennial powers, I would call them, around our area between Armstrong and Mars. I think it's going to be a big battle tonight, Ryan. What do you think?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm excited, Doug. It's going to be a good matchup. Going to be a good battle. I'm interested to see how Mars does going from the wing T, switching to the spread. That's a big adjustment for a program. So it's going to be interesting to see. And Armstrong being so familiar with defending against the spread, you know, I'm interested to see how they are able to put pressure on the quarterback. I'm sure they're going to try to pressure the quarterback and force him to make some decisions that he hasn't had to make in the past in the wing T.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, switching offenses is what happened to Mars, and I think that's the reason that they started out 0-5. But as the season goes on, they're going to get more and more comfortable, and maybe it's the night it all clicks for Mars. But Armstrong, you know, they're going to be ready. You know, they're going to know how to defend that spread. You know, Armstrong had a nice win last week over Knock, 49-6. Mars was shut out by Plum, 29-0. So it hasn't clicked yet for Mars, but we'll see if it does tonight.
Well, you know the athletes are going to be there. You know the size and the athletes are going to be there. Mars has been too good for too long. I actually had a cousin who went here a number of years ago. They've been strong forever. So the athletes are here. It's probably just a matter of getting acclimated to the terminology and the system and getting used to reading a defense. I mean, in the wing T, you're pretty much dictating to the defense what you're going to do, and it's up to them to read what you're doing and try to stop what you're doing and follow the ball. Where, you know, the spread, you have to acknowledge the defense. You have to be able to read and react, and so that's a big adjustment going from you dictating the pace of play to having to kind of read and react off of what the defense is doing.
Absolutely. One of the biggest keys to this game, of course, is Armstrong's quarterback, Caden Olson. Looking at his numbers, 78 for 123 on the season,
Jeez.
16 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. He's thrown for 1,036 yards. So Caden is he's a tough one to stop. I don't think Mars has seen anything like Caden yet this year. So that will be interesting to see if the Mars defense can contain this Armstrong offense.
Well, that's a huge adjustment to your point. That's a huge adjustment for especially the defensive backs. If you're not used to practicing against and you're not used to playing against a quarterback with that kind of ability, sometimes you can get a sense of security thinking, okay, I'm safe here. My zone's safe. I'm safe here. And there's no way that's going to happen. Then all of a sudden, bang, he throws the ball, you know, he carries the ball 60 yards in the air, and you just got smoked. So, I mean, it's going to be a big adjustment for them not being able to relax no matter where they're at in the field because he can challenge any part of the field.
Yeah. In Armstrong's 3 wins, 48 against Freeport, 49 against Deer Lakes, and 49 against Knock. In their 2 losses, they only scored 14 and 20. So over 20 seems to be, you know, the magic number. If Armstrong can get in the 30s, they're looking good. Mars on the other side, you know, they if you look at their offense, that's where they're really struggling, Ryan. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
They've been shut out twice. They scored 6 against Shaler, only 7 against Highlands, and only 14 is their high score on the season. So, you know, if Armstrong hits their 20s at least or 30s, I don't know if Mars is going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. One stat that I thought was interesting, Mars giving up 30.6 points a game, which it sounds pretty crazy. It sounds like a high number, but at the same time, I mean, when you're going up against schools that they've went up against and, you know, against high-powered offenses, and you really aren't generating much offense on your own, and you're only giving up 30 points a game, that tells me that there's some defense over there. There's some defensive players over there. Somebody that can make a stop. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to break away here for this is a national anthem. All right, I'm just looking at these section standings here, Ryan, and this is the third conference game of the season. So right now we have Hampton and Greensburg-Salem on top at 2-0. You have Highlands, Armstrong, Indiana, and Plum all with 1-1 records, and then you have Knock and Mars at 0-2. So there are still 5 section contests left, counting tonight. So every team still in that hunt, obviously, for the playoffs. We have that big log jam in the middle there, so we have 2 2-0s on top, 2 0-2s on the bottom with a 4-way tie in the center. So Armstrong needs to get this win, move to 2-1, position themselves in good shape going into that match next week against Greensburg. Where Mars, they still time if they can turn the season around here, but they got to start scoring some points.
Well, tonight's homecoming for Mars, so they're going to be up for this game. There's no question. I mean, the cheerleaders they got a little extra pep. They got the yellow the pink pom-poms out, breast cancer awareness. I like that touch. The band. I mean, this is a fired up atmosphere. So I mean, homecoming, they're going to be ready. They're going to be fired up. You're going to get a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, especially right off the bat. Big game for them. To your point, they have to make a decision. This has to be the deciding game. Is this going to be a rebuilding year? Or is this going to be a year that we maybe get it together, kind of, as you said earlier, get the spread under us, feel more comfortable. Maybe the defense gets a little help, plays a little more inspired, to create some turnovers. Is this going to be that game for them? So this is huge for them. Now for Armstrong, to your point, yeah, there's a log jam there. But Armstrong's program, it's kind of like this is kind of the time to go. I mean, you have an all-state quarterback. The last time you had a player of this caliber with this kind of notice was Zane Dudek, and that was the last time they made the playoffs. And a couple bruised ribs away from who knows what. So I mean, this is a big opportunity for both teams to make a statement tonight and dictate what the rest of the season is going to look like.
Yeah, we know high school sports is a lot about confidence. And if Mars can do some things early to stay in the game and get some confidence, that could play a huge role in this game. If I'm Armstrong, I want to come out. I want to put 7 on the board right away, bury Mars off the start. They know they're not scoring a lot of points, and have the defense have a heck of a game.
Yeah, I think for Armstrong, we talk about Caden, and Caden's fun to watch, and the way they throw the ball over the field with Brown, Shuttleworth, and Incorporated, it's pretty fun to watch. But honestly, I think for them, if they can come out and get some semblance of a run game going early, get a couple 4 or 5 yarders, get Mars kind of creeping up a little bit, get them thinking, have a balanced attack. That's going to just open things up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple runs early on.
And we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-quality prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Welcome back to Mars High School. We have some Armstrong players getting ready to take the field here. The cheerleaders are out. We have about 3 minutes till kickoff. I don't know, Ryan. What do you think? You think this is going to be a close game, or do you think this is going to be one-sided?
Well, obviously, I'm an Armstrong guy. I mean, I got a son in the program, and our store's there. I mean, I'm an Armstrong guy. But I got to say, if I was picking this game, I'd pick Armstrong by 3 touchdowns.
Okay. I don't know. We're going to see. Okay, Armstrong is wearing the white tops with the blue pants. Mars is in the blue and gold, dark navy blue, yellow trim down the sides.
I'll tell you what, there is nothing like a homecoming environment, whether it's your team, whether you're on the road, whether you're at home. Homecoming just it has something a little extra special to the game. It's pretty cool scene here at Mars. But I also got to make a correction. Armstrong did make the playoffs 3 years ago, so I wasn't aware that. I guess it wasn't a very good run in the playoffs, but they made it. So it's been 3 years. So they're due. They're due. All-state quarterback. They got a lot of talent out there, and you know they have a real opportunity. To your point, with that log jam, they get a couple wins here, get on the roll. They can make a nice run, finish 7-3, 8-2, solid spot in the playoffs, and who knows what happens.
Yeah, you know Mars is a perennial playoff team. You know Mars is just pencil their name into the bracket every year there, Ryan.
Yeah, to your point, once they get that offense under their belt, you know they're going to be fine. But that's a big adjustment for a program switching a total offensive scheme like that, especially from a wing tee to a spread. It's just totally different approach to the game.
Yeah, and like you said, with Armstrong running that spread, you know, they should be familiar, and there shouldn't be any surprises.
No, not at all. I tell you, the Planets look pretty fired up. Armstrong looks like they have just a cool kind of confident demeanor right now on the sidelines. It's like you can tell they're just ready to go. They're ready for this thing to start.
Okay, we are back. The captains are on the field for Mars. We have 75, 62, 72, and 82. So let's see who we got there, Ryan. Some big boys there for Mars.
They have some size.
Captain.
They have some size out there for sure.
Looks like Noah Shuttleworth for Armstrong and Caden Olson for the captains.
I'll tell you, Noah's really been solid this year.
Yeah, you know, Noah's had a great season so far. You know, he's providing that senior leadership. He's providing that deep spark, that pass down the side to him, and he does that quick little screen.
It just seems like you know, a lot of times that Caden needs a play. It seems like it ends up going to Shuttleworth.
Armstrong won the toss. They deferred. Mars is going to get the ball first.
I don't know about you, but I always like that play.
Yes, I think they should always defer.
Even if I have a great offense, I like that play.
And again, you have a team like Mars who's struggling with their offense. So let's get a good kickoff. Let's pin them. You know, set the tone.
I was watching the Mars quarterback. Mars quarterback is number 5.
We got Evan Wright, number 27, back deep for Mars, and number 4, Noah Nesselrode.
I think a game like this for Armstrong, these are the plays that you got to make. You can't let them get a special team spark, something that's going to get them fired up and get the rest of the team, you know, inspired by it. You gotta make sure you get down there and make the tackle. Stay in your lanes.
Number 29, Tanner Stockdale, ready to kick off for Armstrong. And we are about underway here, Ryan. Let's see what happens.
I tell you couldn't get a much better weather for a game tonight. This is unbelievable.
Oh, it's a deep boot. Very good. It'll be number 4, Nesselrode.
Just gotta stay in your lanes here.
And it's a nice tackle. Good. Number 12 for Armstrong, Dozik Zablocki with the tackle. Mars is going to take over at about the 23-yard line, it looks like.
And that's exactly what you wanted. You know, opening kickoff, the crowd's excited, the fans are excited, it's homecoming. The last thing you want is to give up a 40-yard return or get some kind of a penalty. So now you got them at 22-yard line. That's a good spot. 1st
and 10, Mars. And if I look at the size of the line, you know, Mars has some horses on that offensive line, Ryan.
They do. Actually, they have size all over the field. The quarterback's got good size. The line looks to be very strong.
We got a handoff right up the gut. And it goes to, who is that? Number 27, Evan Wright. Right up the middle. Nothing. Jackson Chrisman with the stop for Armstrong.
Yeah, to your point about the size, I mean, the quarterback, Raphael Bartley, I mean,
Little up tempo here.
junior,
Quick pass out to number 4.
it's pretty good coverage out there.
Nestle Road.
Pretty good coverage.
Nice tackle made by number 5, Isaiah Brown. You're going to be hearing his name a lot tonight, Ryan.
Bartley, the quarterback, 6'3", 215 junior, so, I mean, he's got good size.
3rd and 9. So can Armstrong get that quick 3 and out that we were talking about pregame?
Looks like they're lining up.
3rd and 6, excuse me. A little
That's an
option
option.
play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, we got a flag coming in. He tried to get that corner. Nice job over there. Number 88 for Armstrong. Connor Jacobs would not give up that corner.
That was a good call on the offense, though. It came out. Armstrong was in cover 3 deep there, and the corners were open, so it was a perfect call. But Armstrong did a nice job. Jacobs did a nice job coming up there and making a play short of the line to gain.
And one thing here, too, gentlemen, you have to notice, we talked about the change in the offense for Mars, but they're still kind of predicated on the run. You're going to see them still use that run, maybe not as much as they have in the past, but certainly early and often, just to sort of kind of get things going for them. You saw 2 nice run plays, 2 well-designed run plays on that first drive, but here they're going to face a 4th down, barring what this flag is going to be.
Yeah, officials are sorting this out. I believe they're talking to the Armstrong coaches. It would be a 4th down.
To your point about the line and about the running game, Joe, I mean, you're looking at their linemen here. You know, you got 6'4", 260. You have 6'4", 280. You have 6 foot 260. I mean, there is some size up there. So I think to your point, you're definitely going to see. Looks like they're coming out definitely showing a running spread more so than a passing spread.
We got an illegal block against Mars. And it looks like Armstrong is going to decline the penalty, which is going to bring up a 4th down.
Looks like they're going for it.
They are. What a call.
Wow, what a call early. What a call
Riverboat
early on your own 30-yard line.
I would not make that call.
4th and 2. Let's see if they snap it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout from Armstrong here. Make sure you get the set you want out there.
Are they going to snap this ball, or are they just trying to draw him off and maybe punt?
Maybe one of those old
Yeah,
Roethlisberger punts.
Yeah, quarterback drop back, and that was just so
Not a very good punt, though.
off the side of his foot, really. I mean, I like the call, but did not execute it at all. Armstrong is going to take over in Mars territory. It looks like the 48-yard line.
And I think that's so important. When the other team has you outsized up front the way Mars does with Armstrong, you cannot give up too many lengthy drives, even if there's no points early. It's like a body puncher in boxing. I mean, you can't let them get a 15-play drive. It just exhausts your defense, similar to what you saw at the Hampton game.
So there was the quick 3 and out that we had talked about pregame.
Very important for Armstrong.
Setting up perfect for Armstrong. Now let's see if Armstrong tries to do a quick strike here against Mars.
Mars is coming out with only one safety, cover 1. It looks like they're going to try to man up. Maybe they backed off into the zone.
And there's a handoff up the middle. Around the left side. Nice fight there. Jackson Chrisman.
And I like that call. I like that approach to Armstrong. Come out, get a running game established. Get them. You know, right now they're thinking all-state quarterback. We got to shut them down. We got to stop this passing attack. Come out, throw some body punches early. Make them think about both the running game and the passing game.
Chrisman with a gain of 3 at his 2nd and 7 on the Mars 45. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter.
I like that stack set.
Armstrong with a stack on the bottom, 2 receivers. Looks like Isaiah Brown on the other side by himself.
That's what
this
they're
time,
doing.
Caden RPO keeps it, and there's nowhere. A host of Mars tacklers.
I don't know if that was a designed run or not, but the ball carrier, the running back that was faked to, that was there. So I don't know if it was.
Yeah, that was Caden's call, and he just chose to keep it, and probably was not the right decision there. 3rd and 8.
You know what? He'll put that in his bank, and I guarantee the next time they run that, he'll make the adjustment.
Quick snap there. Caden back, rolling. Got his man.
Oh, what a
nice
throw.
catch.
What a throw.
Great pass, nice catch.
Man,
Connor
good catch.
Segola.
Good body
Connor
control.
Segola had a huge week last week against Knock. He was out, I think, the previous game when I did the game down in Hampton, and he's a nice little added piece to this puzzle, Ryan.
Definitely. He's a scrappy player. He's the kind of gritty player, like a Hines Ward type of player. But that was a great job, Caden coming back after that, missed read. Comes back and just throws an absolute dime on the sidelines.
We got a fake. He's got his man. Is it Isaiah? Oh, it was Isaiah Brown down the sideline, and he had a step on the guy. Caden put the ball right in the window, just off his hands. Nice play there by Armstrong.
The coverage wasn't bad there. For man-to-man on the outside against a player like Brown, that was tight coverage. Caden put it pretty much in the only spot that his receiver could make a play at it that the defense couldn't. Just one of those plays that was just close. But you know what? That's going to make a statement. That's going to make a statement.
Yeah, it looks like Raphael Bartley was on the coverage, number 3, and looks like he's matching up with Isaiah Brown all over the field. Caden back, deep over the middle, overshot his man. He was intending for number 15, Jack Valasak. Caden just a little too much mustard on that. It is now 3rd and 10.
It'll be interesting to see if Morris stays in that defensive approach. They've come out almost looking to jam and stop the run a little bit, and I think Armstrong saw that. The coaches upstairs saw that, so they're taking a couple strikes deep. It'll be interesting to see the cat and mouse game here. Back and forth.
3rd and 10 from the Mars 36. I think this is probably 4-down territory, Ryan.
Oh, definitely, 100% 4-down territory. Oh, I love
nice
it.
Little screenplay. It's open.
Well, that was a good job.
Number 7, Alex Patton. He looks like he got about 8 yards down to the Mars 28. We're looking at a 4th and 2.
I'll tell you what, Jack Hall from Mars did a nice job coming up making that play. It looked like it was going to go for about a 25-yard gain, and he did a nice job of coming up making the play. But that was a good call. They were bringing some pressure there. It was a good call.
Winding clock, 8:45, 4th and 2 from the Mars 28. Armstrong looking to press forward here.
This is where you might see some form of like a rub route.
Let's see, Caden.
Get somebody freed up.
Caden up the middle, and he is going to fight.
Oh, what a job of extending the ball.
It is close,
He might have got
Ryan.
it with the extension.
It is close.
Oh, they didn't give him a very
I'm going to
favorable
eyeball this
spot.
and say he's just a little bit short.
That wasn't a very favorable spot. He did a great
And
job.
they're not even going to
reaching in.
measure. It is 1st down Mars. Mars with a big stop on 4th and 2.
That was big. I mean, I think probably everybody in the stadium expected a pass there. Mars did a good job of playing good sound defense, plugging up all the lanes, filling all the gaps. Caden really didn't have anywhere to go with the ball there.
Caden fought
He
and
did
was
the best he
almost
could.
able to ink out that 1st down, but just a little bit short.
I'm a little surprised he decided to take that outside. It looked like there might have been a gap there right up the center of the field, and that's where you were kind of expecting him to take it, but instead kind of going outside and having to fight for it a little bit more there, guys.
1st down Mars, we got a fake, we got a quick pass out, and it is overthrown. Pass intended for number 23, Billy Sommers, but they just were not on the same page there.
And, it's a big adjustment going from a traditional wing tee to a spread. All of a sudden the quarterback has to make 20, 30, 40-yard driving throws that, they don't grow up doing that in the wing tee. So it's a big adjustment. And, they're definitely looking to be a run-first offense, even though they're in the spread.
2nd and 10 Mars, this struggling offense. Let's see if they can get anything generated. Got a little option look. Quarterback's going to keep it. That is Bartley, and there's not a lot there, maybe 2-3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 7, I believe.
Now, it was just good defense. They strung it out nicely, maintained their gaps, and forced it to the sidelines, made the play.
3rd and 7 Mars. Mars still looking for a 1st down here in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some form of a screen here from Mars. Quarterback, Bartley seems to be struggling a little bit throwing the ball. Maybe get his confidence going.
4 wide receivers. Drops back, going deep. There's he just off the fingertips of number 82. That's Chris Dvorak, the big tight end. He is 6'6", 215, and he's one of the Mars's leading receivers on the season.
If you're Mars, you're going to want that one back. They had man coverage. They had their stud tight end, man-to-man, on a linebacker, and they had a chance there, just a little too high.
8 minutes left in the 1st quarter. It is 4th down, and Mars back. Looks like they're going to punt. We got Shuttleworth back with Chrisman. Punt is away. It's near sideline to Chrisman. He's going to field it about the 38 and fall forward to about the 45-yard line. And that's where Armstrong takes over in the second possession.
And we're going to take a quick break here, folks, so stay tuned for the next upcoming drive for the Fightin Planets when we get back.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Katanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
1st and 10, Armstrong at their own 44-yard line. Caden back. He's going to hand it off this time. Number 7 up the middle, Alex Patton. Alex Patton's had a nice year too, Ryan, but that time Mars was ready for it, and they plugged that hole, that big line. There was nothing there.
No, again, they did a nice job. Every guy maintained their gaps. There was nowhere to go with the ball there.
2nd and 10.
I do like the fact that Armstrong's showing some more of a running.
Quick pass. I think there's going to be motion. It's a catch by Isaiah Brown up the sidelines, but
that was one of those 5 guys thought it was on 1 and the rest thought it was on 2.
Yeah, that's going to be against Armstrong coming back, I believe. Yeah, we got an illegal shift against the Riverhawks. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 15. 7:27 left in the first quarter. So far, defense is the story right now. Both teams shutting down these offenses.
Mars is kind of they're playing kind of a gutsy system right now against Armstrong. They're really showing they're showing man at the line, but then they're dropping back into like a cover 3 deep coverage, and there's a lot of room in the seams. I wouldn't be surprised to see Armstrong just start trying to attack those seams.
There's that quick pass that Armstrong likes to run to Noah Shuttleworth, but again, a tunnel screen, and it did not work. Mars was ready for that play. So Noah came to the ball, tried to make a cut down the middle, and Mars was there.
That's a nice setup play, though, because right now, what the defense Mars is coming out, and they're giving up the seams, and they're giving up the middle about 12 yards. So all those types of little setup plays, that's just going to open up those holes even more for Caden as the game goes on.
3rd and 17, Caden back. He's going to look long. He's got Isaiah wide open. Isaiah Brown, big catch down to the Mars 35-yard line, but we do have a flag, Ryan. I hope it was not a hold. No, Armstrong celebrating. It's against Mars.
And what a job. Offensive line did a great job there, giving him some protection. Caden stepped into that throw, put it on a rope. That thing was on a frozen rope about 35 yards.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Caden.
It was a good read, too. It was definitely an option route. They read the corner bailed, so good job, receiver and quarterback reading that. Caden fired it out there. Brown made the nice catch.
Nice little pitch and catch. First down Armstrong at the Mars 36-yard line. 6:30 left here in this first quarter.
Jeez. Sorry about that.
Caden's back. He's got his man. He's looking for Shuttleworth. We got a catch down to the 10-yard line. Just too much time there for Caden to survey the field. Receivers making their adjustments.
Excellent job by the offensive line.
Nice play by Noah, too. Get up in the air and make that catch.
Excellent play by Noah. And, great job of Noah staying with his quarterback, following his quarterback. Caden, he was under pressure, but he didn't show it. Calmly just fired it in there.
1st and goal, Armstrong. We are in the Ryan Bowser red zone. We're at the 10-yard line. There's that quick tunnel screen, this time to Jack Valsack, but he is stopped for no gain at the 10-yard line.
That was a good job, 75, Jacob Ottenweiler getting out there and making a play.
2nd and 10, Armstrong. If I'm Caden, I'm probably looking Isaiah Brown's direction. Isaiah just has that matchup. Mars, kind of playing man on man. I think this is a good call to look for Isaiah.
Oh, I agree 100%. I'd put that ball up to the corner of the end zone, let him make a play.
2nd and 10, Armstrong. 5:15 left here in the first quarter. Caden back. Guess who? Wow.
Boom.
And he dropped it.
Oh, man.
Right in his hands, Isaiah Brown, and he is
He's
down
hurt.
on the turf. He's going to get up. It looked like he
Just
had him there on that
Just
post.
disappointed.
It was right
He
there,
did.
Ryan.
He did. They had that matchup that you talked about in the previous play, and they knew it, and we knew it. And Caden did a nice job. Once again, the offensive line, a really nice job with protection. These Planets, they have a stingy defense, and we pointed to that with the points given up per game. They have a stingy defense.
3rd and goal at the 10-yard line now.
This is a big play for the confidence of both teams.
Oh, we got a little trickery here. He's wide open.
He's got him.
And it is a touchdown. Number
Beautiful play.
12
Beautiful
for
play.
Armstrong. Dozick, Zablocki. Little razzle-dazzle. Mars not sure which way to go there. And Armstrong takes a nice little 6-0 lead. Perfect pass by Caden to Dozick, Zablocki.
Really nice play. Great call. Perfect call for that time. A lot going on. Line did a good job of sealing it up. Good ball handling. Caden putting it right on the numbers.
You got to especially like that call, too, gentlemen, after those failed attempts. You're in the red zone, giving maybe Mars' defense a little bit of momentum there, shutting you down, and then you come up with that trickery like you did there. What a great placement for that play.
The UFP Parker extra point is up, and it is good. Right down the uprights with 5:08 left here in the first quarter. Armstrong 7 and Mars 0.
Hey, gentlemen, while we have a chance, we'd like to thank one of our wonderful sponsors. That, of course, is Phoenix Physical Therapy. Life is about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy in Laurel Valley and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with activities you love. And with the help from Phoenix Physical Therapy, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com or call them today to make an appointment.
So that was nice. Nice little razzle-dazzle there. Great call by Armstrong. We need to get something positive here, get the points on the board, make a struggling offense play catch-up.
Yeah, that was huge for Armstrong. Just to dictate, set the pace. They get the ball in the second half, so now you're kind of leaning on them. Now you kind of have the lead. If you're Mars, though, that wasn't a bad showing for the first quarter so far. You came out, you showed stingy defense. Made Armstrong work for everything. Offensively, they just got to figure out what their identity is. They got to figure out what they can do and what they can sustain drives with.
Tanner Stockdale with the kick. It looks like it's going to come down around the 15-yard line. Number 4, Nessel Road. He's got a seam up the middle. He's going to get to about the 31-yard line, and that's where Mars is going to take over. 1st and 10.
Once again, though, every time Armstrong makes a stop like that on special teams, I think it's huge because in a game like this where you're the favorite, you don't want to give the underdog any room, any big play, any splash play on special teams. So I think it's every time they can stop them like that on special teams is very important.
Mars coming out for their 3rd possession, still looking for their first down of the game. Now they are playing from behind, so let's see what happens here. Bartley in the gun.
Armstrong bringing pressure.
We got a little handoff up the middle, and there's a big hole in it. Number 27, and it's a saving tackle there by Noah Shuttleworth. Number 27, Evan Wright. It was like he was shot out of a cannon there. He had a big hole up the middle, and Shuttleworth just got him in time.
Well, the offensive coordinator's crystal ball was working on that play. There was an A-gap blitz from Dozick Zablocki, and they ran that draw play right off of that blitz. It was just a perfect call for the situation.
Quickly back to the line, guys. No huddle.
First time in Armstrong territory, but this time 27, Evan Wright is shut down. That is big number 73, Julius Barnes, the senior.
Barnes just took over the world there. He just went in there. He took on a couple blockers, pushed everything back, and there was nothing anybody was going to do up the middle.
And Wright is slow to get up on the play.
So we're going to take a quick break, folks. Let that young man get attended to. When we come back, the remainder of this Mars Drive here on High Top Sports Network.
With over 40 years of experience, the fine folks at Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian can provide you with several scrumptious options for your next family gathering, corporate event, or tailgate. Make sure to try one of their custom meat and cheese trays or pick up a delicious Sunday takeout special. Steffi's Country Catering is a Leader Times Silver Best of winner 3 years running. And as the holidays approach, get back to celebrating with friends and family and leave the cooking to Steffi's. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order. That's Steffi's Country Catering. Find them on Facebook.
Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop is the official clother of High Top Sports Network and is a family-owned company that can handle all your custom embroidery, custom sign, and laser engraving needs. Located at 409 4th Street in downtown Fort City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. Their laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee cups, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2461 today.
Welcome back, everybody. 2nd and 13 for Mars. Evan Wright was able to get off the field under his own power. Clock winding at 4:20 left to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 13 for Mars. And we got a quick pass out here to number 4, and that is Nesselrode, and he's going to catch that ball and get maybe 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and looks like 8.
See, that's the problem when you're not challenging a defense vertically with a passing game. You know, you turn what should have been a 7-yard game into a 3-yard game. At some point, they're going to have to show Armstrong that they can throw the ball downfield.
Kind of remind me a little of the Steelers there.
I was just going to say that. The way Ryan described it, it looked like what I was watching last Sunday.
It was eerily familiar, yes.
Quick pass out on the side, just too much mustard on that, little high, and it's going to be 4th down. Again, I believe we're in 4-down territory
Once
here.
again, though, even if he makes that catch,
Yeah.
Armstrong had a well-defended. They're creeping on these plays. There's no respect right now for the long ball. I think they have to throw it, even if they throw it out of bounds. They have to show Armstrong that they can challenge them and get it in the back of their head that they can challenge them deep.
4th and 7 from the Armstrong 38. Mars back rolling, and once again a little high.
They had the play they wanted.
Incomplete.
They had the play they wanted. They cleared out. Had a nice flat route there.
But back to what you said,
just couldn't pull it in.
Sorry, Ryan. What you were saying though a moment ago, still Armstrong all over that. Even if he brings that catch in, he was going to get swarmed almost immediately.
Yeah.
So
On a 4th down play, you should run something that's going to be past the stick. So if you catch it, you get the 1st down.
Yeah, that drives coaches crazy. Anytime you have a play design and the receiver runs a yard or two short of the line to gain, that's a frustrating play. Usually it involves a headset or two being thrown around the box.
So Riverhawks are going to take over 1st down on their own 38-yard line. Looking for their 3rd possession here of the first quarter. 3:41 left.
I think if you're Armstrong here, you got to stay patient.
Caden back. He's got a big hole up the middle. He's going to run. He's still running. He's at the 50, the 45. He's down to the 40. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Caden just weaving his way with those long strides. Good call.
That was an excellent read by Caden. He went back, and to the point earlier, there's a soft spot in that zone. And if they overcommit up front like they did in that play, and he reads that and he sees the seam, he can take advantage of that all day long. That was a great job by Caden.
1st down Armstrong at the Mars 36-yard line. Caden out of the gun. This time it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. We got big running room. Number 7, Alex Patton. And Alex Patton is going to go straight down to about the Mars 22-yard line. Nice gain of about 15 yards there.
That's the kind of play that gets the whole team fired up. Your offensive line fires out, creates a hole 5 yards wide, and the back just hits it with eyes wide open. And that gets everybody on that line fired up.
That's that balance that we're talking about. You know what I mean? You need to have that balance between that run and pass.
I guarantee every one of those linemen in this play, they're a little bit more fired up than
this time. Caden's going to keep it, give a little fake throw, and he's going to run down to about the Mars 18-yard line for a gain of 4. That was that little RPO. He decided to keep it that time.
I like the read. I like the ball handling there. You know, little Elway type of pump fake, tucked it, ran. One thing about Caden, you know, I think people underestimate his running ability. I mean, this year he's made some big runs, some nice reads, and you know he's not an easy guy to bring down at 6'5", 205.
2nd and 5 for Armstrong. 2:15 left in the first quarter. Knocking on the door here again. If you can get up 2 scores against a struggling offense, you got to feel good if you're the Riverhawks. We have entered the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone once again.
Well, especially with the way they're doing it. Armstrong this year, even in some of their wins, I think their physicality has been questioned at times. But in this game, you can see they're coming out with a little extra edge, especially up front. And you know they're outsized, but they're taking it to that Mars defensive front right now.
We got illegal motion. It looks like they called that on the receiver for Armstrong. That's going to back them up, give the Riverhawks 2nd and 10 now at the Mars 21-yard line.
And to your point, this is a big drive. You kind of have the other team on the ropes a little bit, you know, and staggered, and this is a chance to really, you know, put them up against it.
2nd and 10, 2 minutes left. Caden rolling. He's got Noah. He's going to look for him. He's wide open. Oh, just overshot him in the back corner of the end zone. He had his man, but just barely overthrown.
Yeah, that was a good read by Caden. I mean, they had a little bit of a scissor look there, and he threw it right on time, coming off the cut, almost indefensible. Just a little too far out there. But once again, you know, Mars, they're covering pretty well. I mean, they're making Caden put the ball on the money. I mean, there haven't been a lot of wide open receivers in this game. So, you know, as the game progresses, you know, he's going to hit. If they keep playing that kind of defense, he's going to have opportunities like that.
We now have a 3rd and 10 for the Riverhawks at the Mars 21-yard line. 1:58 to play on the clock. 4 wide receiver look here for the Riverhawks. Shuttleworth coming in motion. Flooding the side. And that was just a little short. The ball skipped in there looking for Jack Valsack. I could see that one from up here.
Yeah.
Just a little short on the read. 4th down. Is this 4-down territory, or the Riverhawks going to try a long field goal here?
I think you go for it here. I think you go for it. That was a traditional roll-out flood play. You know, they've been running that forever. It was just defended really well. They defended every layer, and they shut off all the running lanes for Caden. So really, he did about all he could do there.
Riverhawks are going to go for it.
They don't have Kobe Owen as a kicker, Ryan. I might mention. So that's why you see Olsen back on the field.
4th and 10. Caden back, looking, fires.
Did he get one down?
He did not.
Oh,
It was too deep out of the back of the end zone. Nice throw.
Beautiful throw.
Nice catch by Isaiah Brown. Give the Mars defense credit there. You know, they were on Isaiah and shoved him back out of the end zone so he could not get his foot down.
You know,
Big
they
stop
didn't
for
get
the
that.
Planets.
Oh, they didn't get that, but at the same time, if you're Armstrong on offense, you're feeling good because your front is taking over the game. They're creating nice pockets. They're moving the ball in the running game. They're controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
7-0 Armstrong as Mars is going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And this is a very important possession for Mars, I think. You know, their defense has been on the field a lot. They've been kind of getting beat up. I think they got to get a couple first downs here and give their defense something to be inspired by.
And here we go. We have a little option. We have a little pitch, and he's got room. That is number 27 again, Evan Wright. He's going to pick up, let's give him 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6 at the Mars 27-yard line. We got about 1:30 left here in the first quarter.
They opened up a nice seam there, but once again, Armstrong, the linebackers, the second layer, they swarmed to the ball quickly and shut that lane down.
2nd down for Mars. Out of the gun. Quarterback's going to keep it this time, and it is not going to work as Jackson Chrisman.
What a play by Chrisman.
All over that, but give the quarterback credit for falling forward. It's going to be about a 3rd and 1.
You know, Mars did a nice job there of opening that up. The quarterback was nice and patient. That was just a great play by Chrisman of just flying to the ball and disrupting the play. They had what they wanted. They had it set up elsewhere.
3rd and 1, big play here for Mars. Can they move these chains? You know, they've had one really good successful play. Quick little QB sneak. Nice call there by the Planets. Get that first down, move the chains.
That was a good call. Mess with the tempo a little bit, change things up. And they needed it. They needed something to get. You can hear the crowd.
Yep.
You know, something to get this homecoming crowd energized. So now, now they got a little momentum. They got a little swagger. They're feeling good. Let's see what happens here.
1st and 10, Mars, clock winding. We're at about 20 seconds here in the first quarter. Mars trying to get out of their own territory, down 7-0. Little motion, quick handoff, 27, Evan Wright, nowhere. It's not going to work. It's going to be 2nd and 11, and that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. And here at Mars High School, we have the score, Armstrong 7, Mars 0.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at the Catanic store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, #SableMeat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-called prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Welcome back to Mars High School. We are ready to start the second quarter here with the Armstrong Riverhawks leading the Mars Fighting Planets 7-0. It is 2nd and 11 on Mars's own 34-yard line. Quick pass out to number 4. That's at Nessel Road, and he's going to be stopped. 88, Connor Jacobs.
What a nice job by Jacobs.
Beautiful play on
He was
the
out there
outside.
on an island. He either stops him or nobody does. He did a great job of flying to the ball, making a nice sound tackle. That's that wrestling background.
And that's going to be a loss on the play. So what are we looking at? 3rd and about 15.
And this is not what Mars wants. I mean, this is not what they're built for.
Pretty tough for a struggling offense. He's back under extreme pressure, and that, I don't know if that's grounding, but I did see a flag.
It looks like they might get number 2 on Armstrong for holding 14 of Mars.
Oh, that'd be.
He was cut on that crossing route, and that's when that flag came out.
I mean, the quarterback just dropped back and threw it to no one. I mean, there was nobody out there.
But what a terrible play to have happen on a 3rd and long like that. Your defense is doing so well.
Crushing for Armstrong, but what a huge break if that is the case. What a huge break for the Planets.
Well, let's see. They pushed the flag way back. What is going to be the call here? Doesn't seem like Mars's offense is leaving.
Once again, though, you saw Armstrong just swarming to the line of scrimmage. I mean, there's no respect at all. Even in those kind of situations, there's no respect for the deep ball at all. At some point, they have to make some form of an attempt on early downs.
Holding against Mars.
Oh, wow.
So that is declined. Intentional grounding, which is what I suspected.
Yeah.
They did call that. That's a loss of down. That's going to bring up a 4th and forever, Ryan.
Well, he was definitely inside the pocket. He wasn't outside of the pocket, and there was nobody within 15 yards of that ball. So
Mars punt team coming onto the field, it looks like. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they're leaving.
You know, even though they have to punt here for Mars, at least you got a first down. At least you moved the ball a little bit. You got to be feeling good about that.
Oh, now we
That's what I
okay, now we
offset.
have a defensive holding call along with intentional grounding on the offense. So now essentially we're back to 3rd down. Craziness. And that's why the punt team was back to leaving the field. So we got 3rd and long again for Mars.
Seems like every pass play Mars does try, the quarterback has to run for his life. I think if you're Mars right now, you just have to bear down and get some protection here and give him a chance to survey the field.
Okay, 3rd and 14. We're at the Mars 30. What kind of play are they going to draw up here? Let's see. Man in motion. He's going to throw it to him. That's at Nestle Road. He's got room. Nice job again by the corner. Is that Jacobs again? No. That is number 2, Connor Segola, who did a great job fighting off that receiver's block and to make that play.
That was an amazing job. It was a good play call. They overloaded that left side, the wide side of the field. They got what they wanted. They had good blocks going downfield. He just did a great job of stripping that block and making the tackle.
So that's going to bring up 4th down. This time the Mars punt team is on the field. It's going to be number 10, Mason Childress back. The freshman here looks like he's the punter for Mars. 10:45 left here in the second quarter. Armstrong still nursing that 7-0 lead. We got the 2 deep men for Armstrong. Looks like we've got Noah Shuttleworth and Chrisman, and they're going to let it fall. And it's going to take a Mars roll down to about the 31-yard line, and that's where the Riverhawks are going to take over in their next possession.
There's some laundry on the field.
We got more flags. A lot of flags here in his first half, Ryan.
Yeah, it seems like all of a sudden it's just gotten a little sloppy out there. It was a good punt, though. It was a nice punt otherwise.
Let's see what we got. We got holding Riverhawks. That's probably going to push them back even farther. Yeah. So
turned a 30 to 35-yard punt into a 50-yard punt.
Yeah. That's going to push Armstrong back down to about their 20-yard line, and that's where the Riverhawks are going to take over their worst field position starting out here to start a drive. Still only a 7-0 lead. I think it's very important for Armstrong to get up 2 scores in this team.
Oh, I agree.
You know.
And while we have a chance real quickly, I want to thank another one of our wonderful sponsors, Stanley's Bar and Grill at 507 4th Avenue in Ford City. It's a great place to catch the game, meet up with friends, and enjoy a great meal on Friday nights. Stanley's Bar and Grill is an Armstrong County institution. It features great atmosphere and even better food. Be sure to try their hot sausage sandwich, highly recommended by the High Top Sports Network team. That's Stanley's Bar and Grill, downtown Ford City.
1st and 10, Riverhawks on their own 20-yard line. Caden's back. He's going to fake the handoff. He's got running room. Nice play there by the linebacker, 82, not letting Caden get around him. That was Chris Dvorak, the big tight end. He also plays defense.
Yeah, that was a nice play on his part. He didn't overcommit to what was happening. He kind of just let it happen in front of him, made sure that Caden was indeed running the ball, and then once he did that, he came up and made the play.
2nd and 8, we'll give him 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 8 for the Riverhawks. Maybe looking for a deep pass here. Mars all up near that line of scrimmage, crowding the box. And there's a fake, and he's back. And great. Oh, I thought maybe he was going to be able to haul it in. That was number 5, Isaiah Brown, but it just spun out of his hands and fell to the turf, which is going to be now a 3rd and 8.
You know, Mars is doing a nice job of mixing up with their look at the line of scrimmage. They're not giving Caden a clean pre-snap.
Oh, Ryan, they're calling that a catch?
Much to the dismay of the Mars fans right below us.
He must have had possession. He must have had possession with 2 down.
My question is, if they call that a catch, why wasn't that a fumble then?
Wow.
You got me, Doug. That was
Wow, what a call. 1st and 10. Now we got a big haul up the middle. It is number 7. He is rumbling. Alex Patton, big run for about 20 yards. What a turn of events here. Oh, then we got a late flag. Patton gets shoved to the turf. We got 3 flags on the field. That's going to be a personal foul on top of that play. That's going to turn into about a 35 to 40-yard play there, Ryan.
You know, the officials, they're going to have to get control of this game fairly quickly. I think they made that call, and they didn't really explain it to either side. And that was a crazy play. You had Brown catch the ball, come down, apparently got 2 feet down before the fumble. But to your point, if that's not a drop, it's a fumble, but they whistled the ball dead. So if I'm Mars right now, I'm furious because there was no clarification, there was no explanation, it was just next play. So Armstrong, heads up to Armstrong, he came right back to the line of scrimmage, gouged him with a nice running play up the middle.
With all that craziness, it is 1st and 10 Riverhawks at the Mars 30-yard line now. We got another quick handoff to Patton, and he's up the gut, running room, rumbling, stumbling, and he is down to about the 5-yard line. Alex Patton, this is his drive at this point.
That was a great read, great run by Patton. But again, the offensive line, they just consistently in this game are taking over the line of scrimmage. They're creating 2 to 5 yard holes up the middle, right up the middle. So you got to hand it to the offensive line.
First and goal, Riverhawks. Why not? No, this time Cade keeps it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverhawks. Makes it 13-0. We were in the Ryan Bowser red zone. It was so fast, Ryan, that I almost missed it.
That was a great call, Doug. Again, that was a great call. You know, they just ran 2 successful running plays right up the middle. So now you get a hard fake up the middle. Caden, nobody around him as he went on the outside.
Yeah, that whole drive was just Mars spiraling and reeling. We are at the UFP Parker extra point with Armstrong up 13-0, and it's a quick snap. They see something they like. Little option. Great call, Riverhawk.
Great call.
Jackson Chrisman. I mean, it was just wide open. I could have walked through that end zone there, Ryan.
No, you hit it right on the head there. That was a great call. And, you know, great job by the Armstrong coaches of recognizing, you know, Mars after that call, and kind of rightfully so. I mean, they were just confused and a little in awe, a little on their heels after that call. So Armstrong just went right to them, and took it down the field and scored.
Riverhawks now up 15-0, and with a struggling Mars offense, it is not looking good if you're a Planet fan.
Doug, you mentioned that you think you could have done that. I don't know. I sat here for a second and thinking, you know, Doug, I played hoops with you a few times.
Wow.
I don't know. You can dish the ball, but I don't know if you're known for your agility these days.
Armstrong's definitely, though, creating some pretty massive holes up front. If I'm the offensive line coach right now for Armstrong, I'm feeling real good about where my offensive line is right now.
15-0 here in the first half, and this is what Armstrong set out to do: get the lead early and just keep building on it, not give Mars any hope. We got another kickoff getting ready to take place. 2 deep men are back, and who is this? Number 29 to kick off for Armstrong. Tanner Stockdale once again. Special teams doing very well so far for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, they've been sound so far. They haven't given up any kind of seams on the returns at all.
And there's a nice boot, low liner. It's going to hit it about the 10. Picked up, Nestle Road at the 4. Here we go. He's got some room. He's got some speed. He's up around the 30. Out of bounds about the 32-yard line. Nice return there by Nestle Road.
Okay, so now if you're Mars, you have some field position now. I mean, it's not great field position, but you're at the 32-yard line. You know, you got how much time's left in the second quarter? 8:53?
Yeah.
So, you know, you have time to put on a nice drive here. If you can cut this Armstrong lead down, cut it in half before the half, you're going to go in with a lot of confidence in the momentum. So this is a very important drive for Mars.
Yeah, Mars needs to get something positive before the half. You know, if Mars can go down and get a touchdown, they're still in this ball game. The last thing they can ill afford is a 3-and-out and give Armstrong time to get another score on the board. All right, little bunch set here this time for the Planets.
Once again, Armstrong doesn't have one man beyond 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Quick little hitter to number 27 out around the end. But once again, the corner, we got some late flags again.
We got a face mask in there.
We got 3 flags. Every official's on it. This is going to be against the Riverhawks. It's going to give Mars an automatic first down. Personal foul, face mask against the Riverhawks. First down, Planets, another 15 on top of that.
That's a tough play out there for the corner. You got a guy coming at you. You got a guy engaging you. At that point, you're just trying to string it out, get any kind of hand on any kind of part of body to slow down the runner. So, unfortunately, that time it was a face mask.
Yeah, I think 3 different officials had that same call. First down, Planets, 8:40 on a winding clock, their own 47-yard line. And this time we have a fake. Quarterback's going to keep it and go nowhere. And that is number 6, Jackson Chrisman, plugging that hole, making the play. 2nd and 10, Planets. 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Armstrong leading 15-0.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Zablocki, Gagini, and Chrisman, they're just doing a great job of flying to the ball. Jacobs as well. I mean, that linebacking core, they are flying to the ball, and they're disrupting the offense almost every play.
2nd and 10, Planets. Let's see what they dial up. Quick handoff, 27, up the gut. Oh, saving tackle, Connor Jacobs once again, Ryan. Good thing he got him.
Yeah, He's been, and you know what? 27 again, getting up a little gingerly.
They're just going to keep riding that Evan Wright up the middle, and and that's a good play for Mars. They need to keep going to that.
Well, that's why it's important. Armstrong, they gotta maintain fresh legs in this game. They gotta maintain fresh legs, and they gotta continue to get off the field, because if they get worn down, we've seen he has the speed that if he gets a crease, he can hurt them.
3rd and inches. Let's see what Mars does. They're going to give it right up the gut, and Armstrong was ready. It is a loss of 3 yards. Looks like number 52, Dylan Gagini. Big play there up the middle, forcing a 4th and 3 for the Planets.
And if I'm the Mars coaching staff, I'm definitely going to get into some faces the next time the offensive line comes to the sideline, because you had 3rd and 1, a critical down for Mars, and their 3 interior linemen all got beat man to man.
Yeah,
there was no chance there.
I thought maybe Mars would run that sneak again. They probably should have. Wide open over here. Oh,
wow.
The kid was number 4, the wide receiver. It was wide open over here on the near side. Armstrong had no one around him, and give Armstrong credit. They were able to get that timeout. Coaches are not happy. What is going on?
Well, you got to wonder, Mars with this new system, Doug, you got to wonder if they have quick calls in place yet. Do they have the quick calls in place? You get to the line of scrimmage as a quarterback, for the last 30 years, 40 years, there's always a quick call if you see something like that, and you wonder if they have one built in yet.
Real quickly, I want to thank another one of our sponsors who make this possible, this great game you guys are watching out there, one of which is TGIF Solutions, the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network and the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency. They're the proud sponsor of tonight's, the official broadcast sponsor, I should say, of tonight's broadcast. The experienced professionals at TGIF Solutions can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. TGIF Solutions specialize in all types of insurance, auto, home, family, business, farm, commercial. So visit them today online, tgif.solutions, to get your personalized quote today. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
4th and 3, huge call here for the Planets. Big play in this first half. He's going to roll this way. He's going to pitch it, and that is 27. Who else? Evan Wright. Big run down the sideline. First down to the Armstrong 38. That option look has worked well for the Planets here in this first half.
Yeah, Doug, I'd agree with you. That has been probably their main go-to bright spot, and of course, in a big spot like that, they went to it. I thought the quarterback, I thought he did he might have bailed too early on that pitch.
A little too early, yeah.
It felt like he pitched a little too early, but hey, you get it out to the running back in space and let him make a play.
And that Evan Wright, man, he has speed. It is obvious from up here in the press box. 1st and 10, Mars. 6 minutes left. We're at the Armstrong 38. And there it is again. This time it's Evan Wright, and this time 52, Dylan Gagini. Wright was trying to pull him, ride him downfield a little bit, but that's only going to get about 2 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 8.
And you got to wonder if that big offensive line, after getting blown off the ball a few plays ago that we talked about, you got to wonder if that challenged them a little bit, got them a little fired up. And the last couple of plays, they seem to have been firing out a little differently, creating some space for the first time against Armstrong.
2nd and 8 at the Armstrong 38-yard line. 5:30 left here in the first half. And this time it's going to be quarterback keep around the left side, and there is nothing out there. And that is going to be a loss. That was number 2, Connor Segola. Nice job. Kind of ran right to him. Made the tackle around the 40-yard line.
Guys, here's something interesting. We're talking about this being a spread offense, and you do see some wide receivers at the bottom of your screen right now, but you see a lot of bunch formation. There's still a lot of running plays, especially out of the quarterback position. So, as much as we talked about the identity change of this offense, really not looking like the spread offense I was expecting to see here tonight.
3rd and long for the Planets again. Very tough, like I said, for this struggling offense. 4:40 left here in the first half. He's back. He's looking, and again, what is that? Threw it totally out of bounds, but then we have a flag that came in.
I think it's grounding.
I don't know. I think it might be holding on against Armstrong.
I think Bartley was surprised at the amount of time that he had that time. The offensive line did a nice job of creating a pocket for him. He really hasn't had a good pocket to throw from, and I think he just didn't quite get his feet underneath of him to make that throw.
This would be just a silly penalty if against the Riverhawks because, Mars was nowhere near getting a first down.
Well, I don't know how you could call a holding there, too, if that ball's uncatchable.
And there it is,
Wow.
defensive holding. That's what I thought he was going to call. It is going to be an automatic first down. It's going to move Mars to the Armstrong 30-yard line. There was no reason to hold anybody on that play.
That's a killer penalty. And, I saw a couple of the Armstrong guys with their hands on their hips. And you got to wonder, is that offensive line starting to wear them down a little bit?
1st and 10 Planets, 4:30 left. Oh, excuse me, 3rd and 1. Excuse me, 3rd and 1. I thought it was going to be a first down. It is not.
I thought he had it too.
Evan right around the end, and now it is good. Oh, I think.
It's a nice collision over there.
Yeah, boy, it looked like he was going to get a lot more than that.
It was a solid collision. He wasn't backing down, and the tackle wasn't backing down either.
Yes, indeed. It is a first down, I believe. Yes, it is. Sticks are moving.
You can tell that Mars, there's a sense of urgency out there. They know how important this drive is, and it's almost like watching an end-of-game drive. Really.
Yeah,
It's like every play, you can tell that there's an urgency, and I haven't seen that urgency yet by them. Armstrong's definitely doing them some favors, though, with some of these penalties.
Yeah, this is definitely the drive of the game for the Planets, because this is going to let us know, is Mars in this game, or are they going to be looking at a huge deficit starting the second half? Remember, Armstrong gets the ball.
That's
Ryan.
That's right. Good point.
1st and 10. And this time, the quarterback's going to go the opposite direction. Blocking. Boy, that looked like a block in the back to me. But there is no call, and
that was a nice play out there by Segola. That was a good call by Mars. They've been running that option. They've been running that quarterback sweep to the field side. This time, they kind of make a jab step and go away from it. Good call. There was a good block out there. He did a nice job of stripping that block. He doesn't strip that block. It's probably a touchdown. It's the second time he's really made a game-saving touchdown.
2nd and 6. We're at the Armstrong 25.
Or tackle, excuse me.
3:50 left here in the second quarter. We got a pitch, and there's their option play, and this time Wright is not going to get away. Nice tackle once again, 88.
Jacobs.
Connor Jacobs.
The guy, he's got the hands of Spider-Man out there. I mean, they're just sticking to him. He's just all those single and double leg takedowns are paying off.
It is now 3rd and 7. Again, obviously we're in 4-down territory if we're the Planets.
Oh, no question. This is to your point earlier. This is the game for them. I mean, 15-0 with the other team getting the ball in the second half versus 15-7, 15-8. That's two different games you're talking about right there.
3rd down Planets. Let's see what they got. They got trips to the far side of the field, and they're going to come to the near side. And there is nothing there. Number 6, Jackson Christie.
You know what? Once again, if I'm Mars, I am not happy with the officiating. That is the second time that a quick whistle has cost Mars a big play. We saw it with the quick whistle on the catch and the fumble. The quick whistle negated a possible recovery there. And now you had your quarterback. He just got stood up. It was on a running play. And a quick whistle, you saw that he escaped.
Yep.
The second effort, he would have had a big play in the first down. If I'm the Mars coaches, I'm not happy at all with the officiating these last two drives.
4th and 10, 2:30 left. Here we go. Big play for the Planets. Down 15-0, winding clock. Let's see what they dial up here.
Protecting the quarterback's important, but at the same time, when the quarterback becomes a runner, you gotta delay that whistle a little bit.
He's back. He's going to throw deep. He has his man. Oh, number 4. That was Noah Nesselrod.
He just never found the ball.
Yeah, he got
Turned one way, then he turned back the other way, and the pass was on the money.
It was. It was a beautiful throw by Bartley, and that's exactly what they needed. We've been saying it all game long. They needed to open up that defense. They needed to challenge them vertically. They finally did it with that play. It was a beautiful read, beautiful throw. Unfortunately, the receiver just never found the ball, and once he did find the ball, it was too late.
That's going to give the Riverhawks 2:13 left. They have all 3 timeouts. They're taking over at their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10. If Armstrong can put together a drive here, possibly get some more points, Ryan, I think this game may be out of reach.
Well, with an all-state quarterback and with the weapons that he has and the way the offensive line's blocking, you're definitely not killing the clock. You're gonna see if you can pick up a couple of first downs, a couple chunks, and get a drive going.
And just as I say that, we have a timeout Armstrong. So we got timeout Armstrong here with 2:13 left in the second quarter.
And if you're Mars, you have to be feeling just kind of deflated. I mean, that was a huge opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And at the same time, with the officiating with those 2 quick whistles, I mean, it possibly cost them getting a turnover. It definitely cost them getting a big breakout play in first down on that last play. So, but that being said, they've been outplayed and they're only down 15-0. So if you're Mars, you could kind of go 2 ways with it at the halftime speech.
Yeah, it's very imperative here that Mars makes a stop because, if Armstrong gets to that 21, 22 points and then they take the ball in the second half, Brian, it's kind of the same old scenario here for Mars.
Well, especially without truly any deep threats. I mean, they haven't shown us yet that they have a receiver that can challenge them down the field. And I will say this, Barley did show us that he can throw it down the field that last play, so that threat is there.
All right, 1st and 10 Riverhawks off the timeout here. Caden back. He's going long. He's got his man, Isaiah. No.
There was a little bit of a grab there, if you noticed, right towards the end of that play. I'm surprised, but you know what? To Ryan's point, for the bad calls that have gone against Mars here, you might as well hold on to the flag on that one if you're the Zebra.
Yeah, that pass was a little underthrown. Isaiah did what he could do to try to get back to the ball, but no call. 2nd and 10. Caden back, looking deep again. He's got his same man, same play. This time Isaiah is out of bounds. No good. 3rd and 10 for the Riverhawks.
You got to hand it to number 22 out there, Carlos Orr from Mars. I mean, he's had a tough matchup. Most of the night he's been man-to-man with Brown, and he's done a very nice job.
3rd and 10, Caden back. Same play again. We're going deep, but this time it's a different receiver. And it was number 11, Noah Shuttleworth.
Wow.
The defender fell down on the play, but Noah is unable to haul it in. 4th and 10 Riverhawks.
It actually
Surely you got a punt here, right?
Yeah. Oh, you got a punt. It looked like Noah actually got away with a little, WWF power drive to the back. He put the corner down. He didn't even give him a chance to make a play. And the official he kept the towel in the sleeve there, but it was a good ball.
Jackson Chrisman back to punt here for the Riverhawks. Big stop by Mars. Still 1:51 left. That was a quick series.
That was a huge stop for Mars.
Punt is away, end over end, and it's going to take an Armstrong roll. We got a touch, but the Mars player is unable to come up with it.
Wow.
We got a muff.
Wow.
That is number 48 for the Riverhawks. That is Lane Hepner. Huge play. That's going to give Armstrong the ball. 1st and 10 in Mars territory. 1:44 left. What a huge mistake by the Planets.
That was a huge error. And, anytime you see a punt that lands like that and is bouncing around, you just kill it. Get away. And that, for any young players out there watching, that's one you just got to get away from. You got to take the extra 7-yard loss of field position and move on to the next play.
Huge break for the Riverhawks. We're going triple stack down here. What are they going to pull out of this one?
Some kind of bubble screen, maybe.
No, they're going to run the opposite way. You're going to fake the option. Caden gets hit. Oh, they're pushing him. He's driving. Wow, he's able to get 9 yards on that play.
To Ryan's point earlier, why didn't they whistle that one dead? I'm Mars. I'm a little bit upset there because it's another instance where you might have been able to blow that one dead, preserve the quarterback, but instead they let that pile move him forward.
Absolutely.
1:20 left. Armstrong in a hurry-up offense. 2nd down. Pass looking wide side. Oh, and it's brought in by Isaiah Brown. And he's down to about the 10-yard line, and Mars was that close, Ryan, for a pick 6.
That's as close to a pick 6 as possible. But, Caden, he's got a lot of confidence. He can drive the ball like not a lot of quarterbacks can in the high school game. So, he's not afraid to spin that ball out there and let his receiver make a play. That was close, though.
Few breaks in this first half. They seem to be going the Riverhawks' way.
Barley made a nice play on the ball there. He just came up a little short from Mars. That would have been a game changer.
Up the middle, that is Alex Patton, and he's going to get stood up. And again, and there's a flag again. Wow. Again, what is going on with these whistles? Some of them are quick, some of them we don't have them, and then they throw the flag.
That's the second time, though, that there's been a little bit of chippiness going on down there. The two sides are definitely not number one on each other's fan list right now.
The crowd is not happy here at Mars High School.
If I'm a Mars fan, I'm not happy right now with the way the game's being officiated because two big penalties went against them. Two could have been game-changer penalties. You had an offensive pass interference, no call on that last possession. So that's a frustrated group. I guarantee you, those coaches on the sideline, the Wrigley Gum's working extra hard for sure.
Here in the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone, 1st and goal, Riverhawks at the 5-yard line. We got 1 minute left here in the first half. Oh, this is a huge drive from Mars, especially. Really need a stop here.
Absolutely, for both teams. This for the game.
And there's a quick pass slant. It's not going to be there. He was looking for Connor Segola. Connor Segola looking for the flag.
I don't think he's going to get one right now.
No. I don't think Armstrong's going to be getting many flags in the next few series. I'll tell you, that was one of those instances where there was just enough pressure on Olsen to force him to get rid of that ball maybe a hair before he wanted to, because he had his receiver and it was a good ball, but you could tell he just had to get rid of it a little bit before he wanted to.
2nd and goal, Riverhawks. Caden rolling out to the right. He's got his man, and there's the pick. Look out! He's up the sideline. Huge play here for Mars. Coming back, Caden's able to tackle him, but a huge stop for the Mars Planets.
That was a great job by number 14 for Mars, Hayden Mayer, breaking on the ball. He went back. It was stop routes all over. Caden, he spun the ball in there real strong, but it was just a great job of breaking on the ball, reading the play, making a nice play. But, to Caden's credit, he hustled back, and they got back and made the tackle.
That is going to keep Mars in this ball game. We have 39 seconds left. Score is 15-0. Let's see if the Planets with only one they have all 3 of their timeouts. So let's see if they elect to try something downfield here with 39 seconds.
Real quickly, guys, before Mars snaps the ball here, 2 halftime scores. Knock leading Indiana 21-12, and the undefeated Kiski area Cavaliers trailing North Hills 7-0.
1st and 10 Planets, their own 34-yard line. And there's a little razzle-dazzle play. It's a reverse. Coming around is number 4. He's got some running room. Is he going to get out of bounds? Oh, and then we have a little acting job by number 82, Chris Dvorak, and it's going to work.
Wow,
It's going to be 15 on top of that.
That's one of those. That's one of those plays. You could tell 82, Chris Dvorak. You could tell he's a senior out there. There was a lot of hand fighting going on back and forth between him and Jacobs. And right at the right time when that official was looking, he decided to move to the side. And crafty veteran move there. Unfortunate for Armstrong and for Jacobs because it was going both ways there. But just a good veteran move there by Big 82.
It is amazing how many dead ball personal fouls we've seen here in this first half.
These 2 teams are getting chippy down there. I mean, you can tell that. I don't think they like each other right now. I mean, there's a lot of extracurricular activity, extra pushing. It's turned into a little bit of a dogfight down there.
27 seconds left here in the first half. Mars still with all 3 timeouts. They're on the Armstrong 44-yard line now, desperately needing some points here before this first half expires.
A dogfight mired in penalties, Ryan, though. You have a great point.
Quick pass. Better off that he dropped that.
Definitely better off that he dropped that.
That was intended for number 4, Noah Nesselrod. But I don't understand that play.
No, I think that's one of the. This team is not designed at this point, anyways, in the progression for this style of play. So I think situational awareness they probably haven't went over this too much as far as these situations. But yeah, you definitely you don't want to throw a 5-yard out with 30 seconds left in the half.
2nd and 10 Planets from the Armstrong 44-yard line. And there's a quick little tunnel screen there, and he had some running room, but he just led him a little too far. Noah Nesselrod, once again.
It almost looked like a miscommunication there. It looked like the receiver kind of settled down into a zone, and the quarterback was reading in, and the receiver just tried to get some speed late and just couldn't get there.
3rd and 10 Planets. We are at 21 seconds left there in the first half.
Bartley's definitely looking a lot more confident though with his throws. He's stepping into he's stepping into his throws a lot better than he was earlier in the game.
Got to think it's going to be something downfield deep here.
Oh, you have to throw this ball downfield.
And there it is. And it is not going to be caught. It was a nice pass. Unable to haul it in was Dvorak. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 10 with 17 seconds left.
Once again, Barley looks like a different quarterback than we saw in the first quarter. His feet are much more firm on the ground. He's not having happy feet. The offensive line's doing a much better job protecting, and he's throwing the ball with some authority. They just haven't had a receiver step up and say, I'm going to be the playmaker. There just hasn't been a guy to step up and make that statement.
Another key play here, 4th and 10, 17 seconds left. Mars trying to get some points on the board. He's back. And he's open. It's going to be caught by Dvorak. He gets out of bounds at the Armstrong 29-yard line. Oh! And then we have another late personal foul penalty on the Riverhawks.
Wow.
This is going to move Mars. If this is against the Riverhawks, it's going to move Mars down inside the 20.
I guarantee you, this second quarter, Coach Fabian probably aged 5 years.
This is unbelievable.
It's just slowing up the game. We've just given you 2 halftime scores a moment ago, and here we are still sitting with 11 seconds. That's what this will do. It'll slow down the game, and it just makes it ugly. It's a beautiful game to this point, but too much of this is just going to really take away from the kind of game we've been able to take in here tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And, the other thing it does is by giving them all these extra snaps, it's allowing Bartley to kind of get into a rhythm. You can see it. He's a lot more confident. That time he had some pressure up the C gap, and he stepped right into the
pressure. Oh, it is unsportsmanlike against Mars?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's going to basically just kill the quarter.
Ironically, that's on number 82, Chris Dvorak. And he was the instigator on the last play.
So that's going to push Mars back to the Armstrong 44 with only 11 seconds left. They do have 3 timeouts, but the clock is going to be a factor. Maybe this is the old Hail Mary.
I guarantee you both coaches are going to address extracurricular activity.
Here we go. He's rolling. He's out, and he's dead.
Armstrong just gave him nowhere to go with the ball.
Number 6, Jackson Chrisman, able to bring him to the turf.
Great coverage downfield. There was nowhere to go with the ball.
Interesting that Mars, I believe, Mars uses their timeout with 3 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, Bartley hasn't shown me. He's shown he has a strong arm and he can make good throws, but he hasn't shown the ability, to my knowledge, to this point, that he can throw the ball 50 yards, and that's what it's going to take to get to the end zone. So, I mean, what do you try here, Doug? Some kind of hook and ladder, some kind of reverse?
Yeah, I think you got to dial up a trick play here if you're Mars.
Well, not to mention, to your point there, too, Ryan, it doesn't seem like he likes throwing on the move. Any of his good throws tonight have come in a set position. He's looked really uncomfortable thinking about throwing when on the move.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. He definitely does not look comfortable when he's moving.
If you're Armstrong, don't let anybody get behind you.
How many times is that said in a football, or a lot of different practices, but a football practice especially?
Mars down 15-0, struggling offense. Armstrong getting the ball to start the second half. No defensive penalties. Don't let anybody get behind you. Let's get to the half.
Exactly. It really is that simple right now.
One thing I want to let the folks know, make sure you do stay tuned for the Riverhawks Band along with the Mars Marching Band for our Olson Chiropractic halftime. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll have both band performances here for you.
Okay, let's see what Mars dials up out of the huddle here. He's back. He has time. He steps up in the pocket. We got a flag. It's deep in the end zone.
Oh, he got it there. He got it there.
Why do I see a Mars guy running behind him?
That was a heck of an attempt by Bartley. The offensive line did a pretty good job. Protection broke down a little bit. He did a great job of rolling to his right. He must have heard us make the comment about throwing on the run, because he delivered a 45-yard gem on the run that time. Just wasn't able to hook up with his receiver.
It was a holding penalty against Mars, which is obviously going to be declined, and that is going to lead us into the half. So your score at the half from Mars High School, your Armstrong Riverhawks 15, and the Mars Fighting Planets 0. Stay tuned for halftime.
Armstrong Riverhawk marching band. The building. Early.
the court was selected for a vote that took place on September 27th. First, we have Isabella Spinelli. Isabella Spinelli. She is a member of German Club as well as German National Honor Society. Isabella played with the Mars High School soccer team her freshman and sophomore year and is a three-time WPIAL state champion. She also volunteers her time at Rose Crescent Distance Living and also has been a host of the Breakfast Tavern for the past 2 years. Isabella plays both German National Honor Society as well as Scottish National Honor Society. Both and is also a local She is a member of Future Women in Healthcare Club as well as Reach Club and Future Business Leaders of America Club. Maddie is also an employee at Mars Medical World. Maddie is plans to attend college to major in microbiology and physician assistant for pediatrics. Up next is Eliza Matsuda. Printed by Eric and Sarah Matsuda. Eliza is a member of the National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, as well as Spanish National Honor Society. She is a repeat varsity letter winner in cross country, swimming and diving, and track and field. Eliza plans to attend a 4-year college majoring in health sciences. Next we have Madison Miller. Madison Miller is by Robert She participates in show choir as well as PTA sister choir. Madison has also been involved in the school plays and musicals. Additionally, Madison plays for the Mars High School girls softball team and also plays travel softball for Pittsburgh Power. She also serves as a volunteer at the Concordia of Western Care Room. Madison hopes to obtain a master's of religious Caitlin Pelayo. Caitlin Pelayo is escorted by David and Jennifer Pelayo. Caitlin is a 4-year starter on the Mars High School varsity girls basketball team. She has been a member of the High Honor Roll all through her high school career and is co-founder and president of the Coloring Expressions Club. Caitlin is also a member of AFS Club and Key Club. Additionally, Caitlin is a member of the National Honor Society, German National Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society. In her spare time, Caitlin is a hostess of the Springfield Grill and also enjoys working as a little drifters coach and a youth basketball camp counselor. Caitlin also volunteers at the Lighthouse Foundation food pantry. Caitlin hopes to attend college to major in microbiology with a minor in neuroscience and plans to pursue a career as a physician's assistant. Up next, we have William Porter. William Porter is escorted by Michael and is also a member of AFS Club and Future Women in Healthcare. National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, and German National Honor Society. And is also a member of dance team. Julian serves as a volunteer musician for a high school convention. College major in chemical engineering and afterwards hopes to attend Karina Quinn. Karina Quinn is escorted by John Swan. Karina is a member of the Mars cross country team as well as the track and field team. She is a member of student council and has served as a school board representative. Karina is a member of the Spanish National Honor Society and is also a member of the Future Business Leaders of America. Additionally, Karina has volunteered her time at the Lighthouse Foundation food bank. Karina plans to attend a 4-year university somewhere in the South and hopes to obtain a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Communications and International Studies. She wants to thank her parents for all they do for her and her brothers, Jonathan and Liam. Caitlin Wilson. Caitlin has been a member of North Cross Country and track and field team since 7th grade. She's a multiple-time letter winner and was a qualifier for cross country and track. Also, Caitlin is a member of Reach Club and is also a member of National Science National Honor Society. Caitlin has been dancing since the age of 3 and has been championship competitions nationally and worldwide. Caitlin plans to attend college to study biology or biomedical engineering. We would now like to welcome last year's homecoming queen, Emily Mayer, to the today, October 1st. Mars High School, 2021 homecoming queen is Eliza Matista.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Ford City, talk to State Farm agent Ryan Bowser today.
Shop and Save at Franklin Village is a family-owned, community-dedicated supermarket with a wide variety of quality food and friendly personnel to make your shopping experience easy. Stop by their award-winning butcher shop where you'll find the freshest cuts of USDA-inspected beef, pork, and poultry. Head to the bakery for the freshest bread and rolls, and don't forget to stop by the deli for an excellent selection of cold cuts, meats, cheeses, and prepared foods like their fantastic fried chicken. That's Shop and Save at Franklin Village.
Armscare, located at 85 Glade Drive in Katanning, provides the highest quality medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Armscare can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Armscare offers 24/7 emergency service as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you or your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Armscare at 724-545-3200 today.
Welcome back to High Top Sports Network. The halftime festivities just ending. While we have a chance, I want to thank everybody out there as always. I like to joke around and say it'd be really strange if we were just sitting here talking to ourselves, but you guys make it fun out there listening. We certainly appreciate you taking your Friday evening, very valuable time to spend it with us here on High Top Sports Network. So special thanks to you out there viewing this contest. Would also like to thank very special sponsor, Sprankle's Neighborhood Markets. Sprankle's Neighborhood Markets, located at 151 McKean Street, downtown Katanning, is the proud sponsor of tonight's scoreboard and is as a steadfast supporter of Armstrong Athletics. Check out Sprankle's newly remodeled storefront and stop in for all your favorites, including the freshest cuts of meat, a family tradition since 1999. Be sure to stop in on Wednesdays for Sushi Madness. Handmade sushi rolls for just $5. And don't forget to like, share, and follow Sprankle's on Facebook for plenty of great giveaways and to hashtag SaveOnMeat. Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, we can't do what we do without you. Come and see us. I'd also like to thank Steffi's Country Catering. With over 40 years of experience, Steffi's Country Catering provides sumptuous home-cooked food served by a friendly, professional staff to make your next event worry-free. Ask about their grazing tables and 3-tier cheese-a-ball cakes. Not cheese-a-ball cakes. I'm not Mario here. Be sure to order some homemade cheese balls or try their extra fresh meat and cheese and pickle and olive plates. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order, and be sure to check out their Facebook page for weekly Sunday takeout specials. Whether it's for a Friday night football tailgate, a family event, or just a fantastic meal, Steffi's Country Catering has food the whole family will love. Mention High Top Sports Network to receive a special 10% discount when you book your next event. Want to also thank Ryan Bowser State Farm, tonight's Red Zone sponsor. Buckle up with State Farm to find auto insurance that fits you and your family's needs. Agent Ryan Bowser can assist you with all of your auto insurance needs, from collision to comprehensive to rental and ride share. State Farm is the largest auto insurance provider in the United States, and Ryan Bowser can help you find the plan that's right for you and your family. Contact Ryan Bowser today at 724-763-9331. I'd also like to thank Gross Embroidery, the official clother of High Top Sports Network. If you see us swagging it out at games and you notice our clothing, it's thanks to the wonderful folks at Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop. They are our official clother, as mentioned, and they are a family-owned and operated company that can handle all of your custom embroidery needs, also custom sign and laser engraving needs as well. So multifaceted down there in Ford City is Gross Embroidery. Located at 409 and Ford Street in downtown Ford City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. The aforementioned laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee mugs, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2461 today. And a special thanks to our friends at Manor Township Fire Hall. Manor Township Fire Hall is a proud supporter of Riverhawks athletics and would like to wish the Riverhawks and their athletes a safe and healthy and successful fall sports season. Stay tuned to the Manor Township Volunteer Fire Department Facebook page to keep up to date on all their great happenings. And last and certainly not least, Armscare Incorporated, our play of the game sponsor, which we'll get to later in this one. Armscare, located at 85 Glade Drive in Katanning, provides the highest quality of medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Armscare can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home, where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Armscare offers 24/7 emergency service, as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you and your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Armscare today at 724-545-3200. Back to you, Doug and Ryan.
All right, we're about ready to get going here in the second half. We got 18 seconds, and it'll be at the end of halftime. Riverhawks up 15-0, and Armstrong is going to receive the ball here to start the second half. And again, if they can muster a score here, it's going to be very tough for the Planets. If you're the Planets, it is very crucial that you get a stop and get that next score.
Yeah, Doug, I'll tell you, on this drive, I think it's going to be important that, I'm sure they went over at halftime. It's going to be very important that the Armstrong receivers, there were some drops, some uncharacteristic drops in that first half. And, with the tight coverage that they're running downfield, there's not a lot of windows. So there's going to be contested balls. They're going to have the strong hands go up there and just yank in those passes to go down and try to put this away. If you're Mars, on the other hand, I think you got to continue to feed number 27. I think you got to continue to feed him, Evan Wright, and I think you got to try to continue to challenge him downfield with the passing game with Barley.
Childress with the kickoff, and it takes a little awkward bounce off the turf, but does go into the end zone for a touchback for the Riverhawks. Riverhawks to start, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
And the Riverhawks, I mean, they have the weapons. You have Segola, you have Shuttleworth, you have Brown, Zablocki on the trick plays. There's some weapons out there. So I think if you're Armstrong, you just got to try to secure these catches. Caden's been doing a nice job overall of driving the ball in. Mars is not giving him a lot of huge windows to throw into.
Nice first half by the Riverhawks. So let's see if Mars has worn down these defensive Riverhawks at all. 1st and 10. There's a handoff right off the gut. It's Alex Patton. Nice run for about 8 yards to the Armstrong 28-yard line.
That middle of the line again. That middle of the Armstrong line is moving. They're moving the pile. They're creating seams up the middle.
2nd and 2, Riverhawks. Caden. There's another handoff to Patton. Up the gut. And
that was a nice
going to
play.
get that first down. 30-yard line.
That was a nice play on defense by 66 Leo Saber. Armstrong had some pulling guards there. He did a nice job of slipping through, but you know what? They got what they needed.
This is that bounce we're talking about. Patton right up the gut. We got 1st and 10, Riverhawks at the 30.
Mars came out showing a cover 4 there to start. Now they look to be back into that cover 3.
This time Caden's going to keep it.
Oh, wow.
He's only going to get about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Tackle made by big number 82, Chris Dvorak. We've said his name a few times tonight.
He's been very active tonight. Good show of sportsmanship at the end of that play. There was a little bit of chippiness both ways at the end of the half. Caden got twisted up pretty good there, but nice job by 82 helping him up.
2nd and 7, Riverhawks. There's a handoff. No, it's a fake. Caden looking deep. He's got his man. Oh, he had Jack Valasak on about the 42-yard line, but that pass just came up a little short. It is now going to be 3rd and 8.
That happens an awful lot. Quarterbacks at all levels. You go back there, you get into some pressure. You're getting ready to go into your rollout, scramble drill, and then all of a sudden you see this receiver open up, but your feet aren't quite ready for it. That was kind of one of those situations there for Caden.
3rd and 8, Riverhawks. See if they can move these chains, keep this drive going. This time it's a fake. Caden looks deep, has his man. Nice play, nice catch.
Wow.
Connor Segola right on the money. Threaded the needle. Beautiful down to the Mars 39-yard line.
That's a big-time throw and a big-time down right there by Caden Olson. A nice sign after that missed throw, just a down before that.
That was great coverage. They had great coverage on that. They had a safety over the top. They had man coverage on the inside. Caden just threw a dime in there.
Yep, threw a dart, found the seam. Other side, Caden, he's going to elect to keep it. He's going to get maybe a yard to about the 38-yard line.
And a good job by Shuttleworth on that last play, too. We talked about securing the ball on some of these tight coverages. And, he ran a nice route, got a little separation. It was a laser coming in there. He secured the ball nicely. Great play by him.
2nd and 9, Riverhawks. 9:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Armstrong mounting a nice drive here. And there's a handoff up the gut. No, Caden's going to keep it. He faked me out.
He got me too.
And he's going to fall forward, be a little short of the first down. Let's call it 3rd and 2 at about the Mars 31-yard line.
That was a good effort. I thought he was going to be stopped there for about a 3-yard gain. He just kept driving the legs. Got close to the first down.
3rd and 2 at the 31. This is 4-down territory. I look for maybe Armstrong to throw a little pass here, and if they don't get it, maybe come back with a run. Let's see what happens.
You mentioned it there, 4-down territory. I think we've only seen one punt tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of going for it on 4th here. It's like a Madden game, it feels like.
Yeah.
3rd and 2.
Well, Mars set the tone. Mars set the tone right off the bat. When they came out right off the bat and went for it on their opening possession from their own 32, they pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. If you're going to go for it in that situation, you're going to go for it pretty much any time. But I'll tell you, going back to Caden, I think over the offseason, I mean, last year he threw the ball all over the place, all state, great season. Worked really hard there in the offseason at all facets of his game. But I think you can see out here in the last few weeks, his running, I think, has been his biggest improvement. Last year he really wasn't a threat with his legs, but this year, making some nice reads. He's shown. You can tell all that time in the weight room, all those squats are paying off. The leg drive on that last play gave him an extra 4 or 5 yards. I think that's the part of his game I'm most impressed with, is the fact that he's. I don't know if you'd label him a dual threat, but at the same time, he's definitely becoming more of a threat with his legs.
Yeah, he's a lot more confidence. There's no uncertainty anymore. He knows exactly what's going on to run this offense. 3rd and 2. Here we go.
Whew.
Fake. Oh, nice.
Oh, Zablocki. Runaway train.
What a great play.
Runaway train.
Fake pitch, a little counter right back to Nozick. Zablocki. Nobody there. Big gain down to about the Mars 16-yard line. We have entered the Ryan Bowser red zone.
That was a beautiful call, beautiful play design. Had a bunch to the right, had action going to the right. Then all of a sudden, Nozick Zablocki gets shot out of a cannon to the left. And, I mean, I'm surprised they took him down. He looked like a madman flying down the field.
1st down, little option. Caden's going to keep it. Nice spin move. He's heading toward the pylon. He's going to be brought down at about the 4-yard line. Nice run, Caden Olson.
Another nice run and showing that quickness and strength that he's worked on in the offseason. Nice spin move inside the hole, got to the hole quickly, and then showed the strength to drive through the tackler and get those extra yards.
Armstrong trying to put this game away here. We got about 7:50 left, winding clock in the 3rd quarter. Armstrong in that Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone, trying to get into the 20s.
And what's impressive about this drive is the clock killer. The less that Mars has the ball, the better, and Armstrong making sure to run some clock down here in the 3rd. This is a methodical drive to do so.
Absolutely. It's a statement drive, too. Offensive line is exerting its will.
There's a quick pitch play to number 22. That is Caleb Retzer, and he's going to be brought down at about the 1. Nice tackle there by Mars to avoid the touchdown. 2nd and goal, Riverhawks.
And if you're an offensive lineman, this is the kind of ball you want to play. I mean, they're loving these play calls. They're getting out there, pulling out there, getting a chance to attack some people, take it to some people. The pass blocking a lot for an all-state quarterback. You got to take a lot of abused pass blocking, but they're actually getting to dish it out, so I'm sure they're loving these play calls.
They sneak it here. Yes, they do. Touchdown, Riverhawks.
Nice.
Almost too easy there. We saw that one coming. Caden Olson right up the gut. That is going to push the Armstrong lead to 21-0.
And again, on that drive, the offensive line consistently got 3-4 yards of push on every single play. Hats off to them. Caden, what a job running down the field. He had that one dart in the seam, but otherwise used the legs.
This is the UFP Parker extra point. And that is Hunter Reed. It is up, and it is good. And the score with 6:57 left in the 3rd quarter, your Armstrong Riverhawks 22, the Mars Fighting Planets 0.
Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop is the official clother of High Top Sports Network and is a family-owned company that can handle all your custom embroidery, custom sign, and laser engraving needs. Located at 409 4th Street in downtown Fort City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. Their laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee cups, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2461 today.
And we are back at Mars High School. Riverhawks just were able to take that opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and march. 6:57 left. I mean, they took over at their own 20. It was an 80-yard drive. Very impressive. And you could just see the confidence of Caden Olson commanding that offense as he QB sneaks it in for the last yard for the touchdown.
Yeah, for Armstrong, it's exactly what you wanted coming out of the tunnel. You wanted to consume some clock. You wanted to take the clock away. They took half the quarter away. They ran the ball well. They mixed in some nice throws. Definitely controlled the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what you wanted.
Well, I think a subtle thing from that drive, too, as well, was the fact that Olsen threw probably his worst pass of the night and followed it up with what would have been his best pass.
Yeah.
And to watch him bounce back on something so subtle like that is mighty impressive.
It's a great
Just
point.
Shows you what the kid's made of.
Agree. Stockdale kicks off for the Riverhawks, comes down about the 10, and it is returned to about the 25-yard line. And that is where Mars is going to take over again. Not great field position, and they're climbing a mountain right now.
No, and if you're Bartley, you're feeling pretty good about the way you're throwing the ball at the end of the quarter. You're finally getting some time in the pocket. But one of these receivers needs to step up and be the man and be that consistent target. They don't seem to have that at this point.
He's back. It's a quick pass, and guess who? Connor Jacobs had a hand on that ball as it falls incomplete. He just missed that thing.
Very active hands tonight. You could argue though, if you're a Mars fan, a Mars coach, yeah, that was interfered with, but that's a ball you expect your receiver to catch.
2nd and 10 for the Planets, their own 25. 6:48 left in the third quarter. And there's that quick hitter to right. We got a flag coming in. Wright's only going to get about 1 yard. The Riverhawks got to be keying on that kid here to start the second half.
No, and that's the key to stopping a guy like that. We've seen it when he's able to hit the hole with square shoulders and get a seam. He is super quick. He chops up yards quick. He can get 20, 30 yards very fast. But when they've been able to make contact with him before the line or at the line, he can't get turned. He can't get upfield. That's exactly what you want to do with a runner like that.
We got a holding penalty against Mars. This is going to be accepted, and it's going to drive Mars all the way back to about their own 14-yard line. And what do you do with a struggling offense and second and about, what do we got, 22?
The problem that Mars has right now is that the linebackers are playing phenomenal. So usually you try to go with some kind of a screen game, but the way they're flying to the ball.
It's a blitz. Quick pitch. He's got room. And there's Wright up the sideline. Nice gain there. He's going to get about 13. Let's call it 3rd and 9.
That was a great call against the blitz. You had a double A gap blitz by the inside backers. You had an outside option play to the field side. Great call in the situation. Got all the penalty yards back. But once again, though, Armstrong, they're not giving up the massive plays. I mean, other than that one big run.
Yep, no big plays. 3rd and 9, we got a little roll out this way. He's got his man. And there's just no time.
No time.
Because that is number 50 for the Riverhawks. Cherokee Schreckengoss bringing Barley to the turf.
Pressure's the great equalizer.
It's going to be a punt. I saw the man for Mars break open, and just as I said that, Cherokee was all over the quarterback.
Yeah, they came out in man coverage, had a little pressure on the quarterback. He had his man for that split second for that window, but great job by Cherokee getting in there and disrupting it just enough to throw his timing off.
Mars all too familiar. Back to punt. And there's a ball.
And
we got a flag. They're going to call roughing.
I hope.
Is it running or is it roughing?
That could go either way. He definitely came into him with his helmet.
But what do you do there when he bobbles it like that? How do you hold up on that?
That's just a tough spot. That's a very tough spot.
Looked like it could have very easily been blocked there.
They teach you to pick an angle in front of the punter to avoid that. But on those weird snaps, anything can happen.
Let's see what these officials decide.
Asking Coach Latanzio there on the Armstrong sideline.
My gut tells me that was running into the kicker. Now, however, with what we saw in the first half, maybe there is such a thing as a payback call. I mean, there is. So
coming over to talk to the Mars coach.
I saw Coach Latanzio kind of signaling, like with his hand saying no, like almost a decline of sorts. I'm not sure what that would mean then, because I would think it's going to go against Armstrong here, unless it was a hold, but we'll find out now.
And it is running into the kicker, I believe.
It's a good call.
And it is 4th down. Looks like Mars is going to re-kick this.
That's a good call. He definitely didn't finish the contact. He definitely tried to hold up. He was just in an awkward spot and ran into him. That's a good call by the official.
So we'll call it 4th and 6. We got a re-kick here for Mars. This time there is no pressure. It's a wobbler and over end. Let's see if Armstrong. Oh, they elect to pick it up.
Risky maneuver.
Ooh.
Risky maneuver.
And that was number 6, Jackson Chrisman. And I don't know, up 22-0 with a squib ball like that. I don't know if you should grab that, but it worked out for the Riverhawks.
One thing you got to say for Chrisman watching Armstrong this year, that kid is not afraid of contact. He had 5 guys around 40 mile an hour right at his face, and he fielded that punt fearlessly, so you got to give him some credit there. Although, I don't know, Armstrong in this situation, I think if I'm the coach, I'd rather him just let that thing roll another 7 or 8 yards.
5:20 left in the third quarter. It is 1st and 10 Riverhawks from their own 37-yard line. Let's see if we see some more of the run up the gut. No, Caden's going to roll out option, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to find all kind of running room. Caden Olson, he was 1 tackle away from breaking it. He drives the whole way down to the Mars 43-yard line.
That time they didn't pull anybody. That time it was just a straight zone blocking scheme to the left. Caden got the ball. It was his option. He kind of just felt it out. Once he saw a seam, he attacked the seam. Nice run. Nice job again by the offensive line. Moving the chains, moving the pile.
Once again, those long strides of Caden. He is not easy to bring to the ground. 4:50 left in the third quarter. Winding clock. See if Armstrong keeps it on the ground. Nope, they're going to look back to throw. Caden's looking deep. Oh, he checks it down to Isaiah Brown, who's wide open at about the 35-yard line. It's going to get to about 2nd and 2. Nice little pitch and catch.
Yeah, nice little stop route. That's just, Caden going back there. He had nice time again in the pocket to survey the field. Went through his progression and, checked down, took what the defense gave him.
Interesting to watch if Armstrong's going to keep that up tempo, kind of no huddle, and you can see it here kind of quickly back to the line. Seemed to work well for him in the first half.
We're definitely starting to see some fatigue on the defensive line.
Yeah, they're wearing Mars down.
You can see the hands on the hips. They've been on the field now for a lot of snaps.
This whole second half, it seems like they've been on the field. There's a fake handoff, Caden Olson, and he's just ripping off chunk after chunk. He's the whole way down to the Mars 21-yard line. These runs are getting longer and longer for Caden.
Once again, the option. Beautiful read. Offensive line got out in front to the second layer, did a great job.
Up until a couple years ago, there was 8 guys in Whipple history to run for 1,000, pass for 1,000 in a season, and I didn't think that Caden Olson might be that guy, but with the way he's running tonight, guys, he might join that club.
It's a fake handoff. Nice screen play. Oh, Alex Madden couldn't break it.
I'll tell you, that was a great play.
We got a fumble on the play, and it is Mars football. First fumble of the night for the Riverhawks. They had a nice drive going.
That was an exceptional play by 54 Jack Hall from Mars. That play was set up nicely. They had the blocking out in front. He slipped through the blockers, made the play, and even punched the ball out. That was an excellent play by him to keep his team, give them some hope, keep them with some hope.
Yeah. We're at their own, Mars now taking over at their own 20-yard line. Key stop for whatever hope they have left here, 3:22 in the third quarter.
Well, you saw Mars stall that Armstrong drive with a pick in the end zone there in the first half, and another big stop deep in Mars territory. So, advantageous, but they got to capitalize on them here now.
It's a fake handoff. Quarterback is in trouble. No. Oh, and there's the other flag again.
There was some kind of miscommunication as far as the receivers go. I mean, they had 3 different receivers within 5 yards of each other on that play. Mars did. So I think there was nobody open, but there was just poor spacing. Somebody ran the wrong route there.
Quarterback ran to the near side, stepped out of bounds, and we got a dead ball foul. Again against the Riverhawks, 15. Move Mars 15 yards closer. And that's really been Mars' best offensive play here, the 15-yard penalty.
No question about it. No question about it. I guarantee you this week there's going to be a lot covered on, when to stop the play if you're Armstrong, because, I mean, they have to have 90 yards of personal foul penalties at this point.
1st and 10 Planets on their own 42, 3:14 left here in the third quarter. Man in motion. This time they're going to hand it off to guess who? Up the middle. That is right. And he is going to gain about 5 yards.
That was a good job of Crispin of flashing in there and disrupting it, because there was a hole up the middle. There was a nice seam up the middle, but because he got just into the way of Wright's vision just enough to force him outside there.
Mars with a little momentum now. That penalty kind of giving them a little life. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Option, quick pitch, right. And there he goes. He's at about the 45. 1st down, Planets. We have entered Armstrong territory.
Just a straight sweep there. Looked like at the end there he kind of...
Wright is down on the ground holding his ankle, and we're going to take a break.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Katanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at Katanning Store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, #SaveOnMe, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-called prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products.
1st and 10, Planets handoff. This is number 26. Evan Wright limped off the field, and this is Finn Seideneck with the carry. Looks like Wright is on the trainer's table. They're looking at his left knee, ankle, something lower end. 2nd and 10, Mars at the Armstrong 45. He's back to pass. He has him. And that is broken up. Nice play, Isaiah Brown.
What a play by Brown.
They did have Dvorak open. Pass, I think, was maybe just a little too late to let Isaiah have time to come back and swipe that ball away.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there, Doug. He had him early. He had him right when he started to roll out, and he didn't fire quickly enough, and it allowed Brown to come over and make a great play.
3rd and 10, Planets. Quick pass. This time it's open. Nice burst of energy there by number 4, Noah Nesselrod, and that is a big 1st down for the Planets. He is the whole way down to the Armstrong 28-yard line.
And that's exactly what Mars needs. They need some receivers to step up, start making some plays, make Armstrong defend the whole field. That is just what the doctor ordered, especially with Wright out now.
First time they were able to get that little pass over the middle and that little slant pattern. There's a handoff up the middle, and that is number 26, Seideneck. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards.
One thing about Seideneck, though, he's small. He's low to the ground, and sometimes those small backs can get lost. And I think he kind of got lost there. Took them a little bit to find him.
2nd and 7, there's Seideneck again, and this time he's going nowhere. Dozik's a blocky all over him in the backfield. That's going to bring a 3rd down and long. Winding clock. We are almost at the end of this third quarter. 50 seconds left.
Well, Zablocki definitely found him there. He found him. He finished that tackle nicely. Good, nice play of filling the hole and getting a nice negative play there by Zablocki.
3rd and 10 for the Planets. And he's going to throw it up, and oh boy, Armstrong defenders all over that one. We had Isaiah Brown. We had, who is that? 48. That is Lane Hepner. And it falls harmlessly to the turf. 4th and 10 at the Armstrong 27. Planets obviously going for this. 34 seconds left in the third quarter.
Old-fashioned man-to-man there by Armstrong. They had everybody blanketed nicely. I actually thought that Bartley was going to do a little pump fake and take advantage of that opening on the left side and run the ball, but decided to throw downfield. Good coverage by Armstrong.
4th down, Bartley back. He's under heavy pressure. It gets away.
Oh, man.
We have a flag pushed out of bounds at the 30. Let's see what the flag is. If that's against Mars, Armstrong's going to take over.
And again, great coverage downfield by Armstrong. There was nowhere to go with that ball.
Just nobody open. It is holding against Mars. That is going to be declined, and Armstrong's going to take over. Yep.
One thing that's an adjustment for a quarterback moving into the spread offense or pro-style offense is getting away from the wing tee where you get a lot of rollouts, a lot of misdirection, slip-out type of plays, and moving into more of a step up in the pocket and go through your progressions and get rid of the ball on time offense. And I think that's what you're seeing here with Bartley. He's automatically just kind of rolling out versus trying to maneuver and step up in the pocket where he can continue to view the field. But, that shit comes with experience.
Riverhawks taking over, 1st and 10 at their own 31. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. Armstrong leading 22-0. And there's a quick handoff, Alex Patton, and he is going to be met immediately, and he's going to go down for a loss of 1 yard, and that is probably going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Unless Armstrong tries to snap a quick play.
Mars basically said on that play, we're going to fill every gap. You're not running the ball in this play.
And they are going to snap another play. Wow. And Caden's going to fire deep. And a little hand fighting, and they're going to call it.
That's got to be interference.
They're going to call that.
You gotta love going for it there quickly because I think it caught Mars off guard, and by going for it, it just yielded them about 30 yards if it's a spot foul.
It caught me off guard, Joe.
Yeah, it caught me off guard too. And heads up, Caden, making a play, moving around in the pocket, buying time, finding the right matchup, and putting the ball where only his receiver could grab it. And it was either going to be Brown was going to make the catch or he was going to have to be interfered with. So. It's a good job of extending the play and producing good results by Caden there.
Well, we have a chance again. We'd like to thank another one of our wonderful sponsors. And that, of course, is tonight's official broadcast partner, the folks over at TGIF Solutions, the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network and the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency. They are the proud sponsor, again, of tonight's official broadcast. The experienced professionals at TGIF Solutions can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. TGIF Solutions specializes in all types of insurance, including home, auto, family, business, farm, and commercial. Visit them today either in West Katanning or online at tgif.solutions.
Looks like we have one untimed down here because of the penalty. So this will be the last play of the third quarter, technically. We got a little pump and go. He's gone, Isaiah Brown, up the sideline. And that ball is incomplete.
Looked like Isaiah kind of overran the route a little bit.
Wow, he had the matchup. He won on the outside there for sure. Brown had a step. It was tough. Caden was under a little bit of pressure there, slightly underthrown. But there's definitely a sense of a blood in the water type of sense right now for Armstrong. You can see it.
Used to draw that pump and go up in my backyard there, Ryan. Hey, we're going to give you a little pump, and then you just take off.
I've been the victim of pump and go during my illustrious cornerback career. Scary.
We know you don't have much of a kicking career. As you told us yesterday, Ryan said it was the first time he ever attempted a real field goal. And keep in mind, this guy played football during his life. You think he would have messed around and kicked the field goal. No. Yesterday was the very first of all time, and guess what? He's 1 for 1.
Hey, I made it. It was a short one, but I got to say I made it. That was fun.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Armstrong up 22-0. Important that Armstrong can get out of this game nice and healthy. They're going to start looking ahead toward that big matchup next week with Greensburg-Salem. back at the Hawks nest here.
Yeah, you mentioned that schedule Armstrong has ahead of. I mean, basically that clump of teams in the middle of the pack there in the Allegheny Conference, they're going to get a chance to face them all in the next few weeks. It's going to be a really interesting 4 weeks for Armstrong. It's going to dictate how far this season is going to go for him.
Start of the fourth quarter, and right up the middle is Alex Patton. Big hole. He's going to get about 11 yards into Mars territory. Nice little run there by Patton.
Alex Patton, nicknamed the General.
Yep. Got that week one again for his efforts against Freeport. He was, I believe, our player of the game that week. He was indeed. So General Patton doing it again.
First down, Riverhawks into Mars territory at the Mars 44-yard line. 11:30 in the fourth quarter left to play. And there's a little option roll. Caden's going to keep it as he sees a hole. Nice sidestep. Another one. Caden, another one. Look at this run. Caden Olson up the sideline. He's going to avoid tacklers and get down to about the 20-yard line. Great run by Caden.
But he must have heard my comment earlier about not quite being a dual threat quarterback, because I'll tell you on that play, he broke about 6 tackles. There's some ankles that are going to need taped after that run. That was an excellent run by Caden Olson. What an effort.
Unfortunately, Caden there could not put his hands down. He was wrapped up and fell backward and hit his head off the ground there. That was very clear. Don't want to put that on camera. But it was very clear he wasn't able to brace himself, and the way he was tackled came directly back on the back of his head.
One of his best runs of the year by Caden. We do have flags on the play.
Shocking.
And you'd hate to see this be brought back, especially now that Olson is down on the sideline here.
After I just said we need to get through this quarter healthy.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe wait till the end of the game and be like, Doug, it was good to see that we got through the game healthy.
Well, let's just hope that Caden's okay. I mean, that was an exceptional run. Great footwork.
Beautiful run.
I mean, broke about 6 tackles, and like I said, some ankles along the way. It was just a great run and a great effort.
And he is walking off the field. Caden Olson now in a nice little jog there. He seems to be okay. Great to see.
Yeah. That's what Armstrong needs if they're going to make this playoff push you just mentioned there. He's as much an integral part to this team as I feel like any quarterback probably is for any team in the WPIAL right now.
Let's see what the flag was on this play. And it's going to be, what is that? It's against the Riverhawks. So it is all for naught.
Wow.
It's going to push it back to midfield. Wow.
It's amazing that they've been able to overcome all the penalties tonight. I mean, the penalty yards total for Armstrong has to be close to 150 yards. There arguably could be as many penalty yards on Armstrong as offensive yards gained by Mars.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are 1st and 15. And obviously we have a new quarterback into the game.
Freshman quarterback in.
And there's a quick little handoff there to Alex Patton.
Kyan Klein's in a quarterback, freshman quarterback Kyan Klein.
Yep, Kyan Klein getting his is this his first snap of varsity?
He has had some late game duties. It's first under pressure though.
Yeah.
You look good out there though. Nice little option play. Strong runner. I had a privilege of coaching him in youth as a quarterback, and strong runner, tough kid, great kid.
Caden back into the game. That's good to see. 2nd and 9, Riverhawks in the Mars 44-yard line. There's a nice little quick hitter again. Alex Patton, he's got running room. He's inside the 30 and down to the Mars 29-yard line. Yeah, I would probably not run Caden the rest of this game. I'd probably just hand the ball off.
They figured this out a long time ago in World War II. When you need to finish off a continent, you bring in the general, the Patton. and that's what we need to do here, Judge. Keep finishing. It's Sicily. It's 1944, and just give it to the general.
Yeah, no need to run Caden the rest of this game. Quick little pass. No, Caden, what are you doing? He's going to run the ball.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You can't question his toughness. That's
No.
He's not afraid to get in there and scrap it up. He just got escorted off the field, and it comes back in, and he's willing to take on half the Morris team there head first.
And it's not like it's not working. I mean, it's definitely there, but use a little caution. 2nd and 6 at the Mars 25-yard line. Armstrong leading 22-0, fourth quarter, 9 minutes to play. And there's a handoff to the General Patton. Up the middle, he's going to rumble down to about the Mars 16-yard line.
By the way, can I stop for a second and marvel at Ryan's World War II knowledge he just displayed on the air? We just let that one go. Nobody said a word about it. Sorry, I had to get that in.
We have entered the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone.
In the words of your brother, super awesome
look
stuff.
at the General. He's like, this is almost too easy now.
The General.
General Patton right up the gut.
And again, the center of that Armstrong line consistently in this game. Coach Fabian has to be super pleased with the center of that line. They have consistently been creating 2 to 5 yard wide holes up the middle.
28-0 Riverhawks.
You know, Ryan, that's a great point, too, because most of these big runs have been right up the middle. You haven't seen any sweeps outside or any really pitches that have gone for much, but it's been kind of going right behind those guards in the center position.
Hunter Reed's extra point is good. That is going to push the score to Riverhawks 29, Mars 0. 9:14 left in the fourth quarter.
Another good physical drive there, and if you're Coach Fabian, that's what you want to see. You want to see your team be able to get up on a team that you should get up on, and you want to see them be able to finish strong and impose their will in the second half, and that's exactly what's happening in this game. If you're Mars right now, I think you just gotta try to make a play, get something in these last minutes that you can feel good about, get some momentum going for the next week and the next game. Because right now, you know, they're getting beat up pretty good. So somebody needs to make a play, show a spark, give the fans and the supporters something to be hopeful for the next game.
Second half has just been all Riverhawks time and time again, you know. Mars has just been beat down here in the second half. Once again, Tanner Stockdale to kick it away.
Got to keep in mind here, fellas, who the player of the game and the play of the game still is here. Certainly plenty of time for that to be decided, but we're going to have to keep that in mind here as this game goes on.
Well, I mean, unless something changes for me, the player of the game is the center and the 2 guards for Armstrong. I'd give the player of the game to those 3. They have dictated the pace of this play. They've consistently given the center holes. They've consistently given Patton and Olsen places to go with the ball.
What a heck of a boot that was. Tanner Stockdale boots it way into the Mars end zone. One of his best kicks of the season. And Mars is going to have to start at the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that is if suddenly you have Stockdale is able to start pinning people that deep in their own zone like you see right there, Doug.
He got into that one, and there is no wind out here today.
I was just looking around for a flag. There's no wind, absolutely no wind. He just got all of it.
He got all that one. It's like a DeChambeau drive there, Joe.
It was.
You're going to see those tomorrow, Doug. For those that don't know, I'm taking Doug out golfing, and I'm going to win.
It's pretty, you know.
So he thinks.
It's pretty good banter back and forth on the ride over about the big golf matchup tomorrow.
So the only thing missing is Manning and Brady to go along with Doug and I. Be a real showdown.
Yeah, I should follow you guys and commentate. That'd be funny.
Might just live stream the whole thing for the folks out there that are suddenly interested.
It'd be an interesting matchup, I guarantee it.
All on Boxcast.
It's a home game for Joe.
It's definitely a home game for me. My home course, Deer Track Golf Club. Shout out to the wonderful folks there. Oftentimes you'll see me there with no shoes on. Play 9 holes, no shoes.
That's impressive.
It's getting a little late. It's getting a little late in the season for that now, unfortunately.
Maybe I need to try no shoes. You said you're around a 3 handicap. That's about 23 shots better than my handicap.
That was my last, but I wouldn't say I'm a 3 handicap. I'd probably put it about.
Maybe I just need to start golfing shoeless. And
if you saw what his shoes looked like, you'd understand why he plays shoeless.
Those are impressive shoes. Impressive.
First down, Mars up the middle, and there is nothing there. Again, number 52. Oh, Dylan Gagini. He always seems to plug that hole in that interior line.
His linebackers tonight have just had some jump. I mean, Gagini, Chrisman, Jacobs, Zablocki. I mean, we've said their names over and over. They're just flying to the ball. But give the defensive front credit. They're tying up those blocks. They're allowing these guys to get to make the play.
2nd and 12 for Mars. And there's a handoff. That's 26. That is side neck.
Zablocki with a great stick there. Filled the hole, took it on, finished the tackle nicely.
You know, Armstrong wants this shutout. They have not had a shutout yet this season. You know, they held Deer Lakes to 6 and held Knock to 6. So this is another opportunity for these Riverhawks to get out of here without giving up any damage. There's a blitz up the middle, and that pass is dropped at around the 30-yard line. He had his man.
Once again, Bartley stepped up in the pocket nicely, was under some pressure, made a good, strong throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with it. At some point, if you're Mars, you got to find a playmaker. You got to find somebody you can trust and go to in those key situations.
4th and 12, and Mars is sending the punting unit out. So they're kind of waving the white flag here.
Just so it's way too deep in their own zone here. And you're just pretty much setting Armstrong in there. The running offense we saw, especially in that last drive, just exploit the Mars defense.
Whoa, there's a hot snap. But Mars punter, and he shanks it off the side of his foot. And that's going to roll to about their own 34-yard line.
They could have gone for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when
about a 12-yard punt.
When the momentum starts rolling the other way, it just kind of affects everything.
Yeah, that high snap, everything was wrong about that punt. 8:03 to play. Armstrong taking over at the Mars 33-yard line.
Real quickly, I want to thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's opening kickoff sponsor, the Belmont Complex. We've got to see a lot of hockey there this week thanks to the Belmont Complex in Canning. Check out their Learn to Skate and other programs on their website today.
1st and 10, Armstrong. Caden, you're going to hand it to Patton? Absolutely. No, he's not. He's going to keep it. And he's going to avoid a couple guys and drop at about the 30-yard line. He faked me out once again.
I think Coach Fabian in the quarterback meetings this week, I think they're going to go over late game etiquette because I guarantee he does not want Caden keeping on these option routes at this stage of the game.
Well, watching him over the last 2 years, you haven't really seen him get shaken up like that too many times, if at all.
All right. 2nd and 7, Riverhawks at the Mars 30-yard line. 4th quarter, winding clock. This time it's General Patton up the middle, and he is going to get to about the Mars 24. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Riverhawks. Winding clock, we're at 7 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you, until they show me otherwise at this point, for me, it's maybe a pretty simple playbook. It would be go 40 seconds, give it to the general.
Yeah. I would just ride Patton all the way to the end zone. I don't think Mars could stop him. And just as I said that, Patton up the middle, and he is down to about the 16-yard line. Pretty simple play calls now.
Real quickly, you mentioned the general. We're not talking about the insurance. We have some terrific insurance providers here on High Top Sports Network, the official broadcast partner, TGIF Solutions. Go to them for your insurance, not the general.
Also, go to TGIF Solutions if you want to have a field goal made. If you have a big bet with someone, Kobe may or may not be able to make a 35-yarder.
And there's a handoff. Caden's going to keep it, and he is going to twist his way down to about the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Riverhawks already up 29-0. Ball on the 3. Looks like they're going quickly here. Handoff. And Olsen keeps it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverhawks. Just pushing that lead up to 35-0.
Once again, just right up the middle, simple football. You know, our 3 interior linemen are going to drive your 2 or 3 interior linemen off the ball into the linebackers, and then it's our quarterback and our running back are going to make the right reads. Pretty simple, but
Hunter Reed on for the UFP Parker extra point. Oh, it's a bad snap. Caden rolling out. And he has it. Wow. It's a 2-point conversion. Who is that? Who was it?
You know what? We thought it was the UFP Parker extra point. It turned out to be the UFP Parker 2-point conversion.
Is that Jackson Christman? Is that number 6?
It might have been Jackson.
I think it's Jackson Christman.
I'm not sure, but
wow,
what a play by Caden.
I mean, the ball rolled back to the holder, and the holder happens to be your quarterback who just rolls out and flings it into the end zone for 2 points.
I'll tell you, you got to have some special arm talent to be at the 15-yard line on pretty much a full backward run and be able to get enough velocity to get to the back of the end zone.
37-0 Riverhawks. 6:07 left to play. here in the fourth quarter, and I think now we may see some different Riverhawks on the field.
And the running clock as well.
The running clock is now in effect. So 6:07 to play here. Let's see if Stockdale can boot another one into the end zone.
It's the little things to watch for at this point in a 37-0 game. It was impressive, though, and that is a luxury. People don't realize in high school football, if you have a good kicker or punter like that, it can really, really help you. We see it on a lot of weeks with Freeport. They have an excellent kicker in Vinnie Clark, who's able to get several touchbacks.
Stockdale's boot! And this one's going to come down at about the 6. Here come the Planets. And once again, power driven to the ground by guess who? Connor Jacobs, number 88. He's on special teams as well, making his presence known. 5:39.
Back in core has had a great game. Those
with
guys
a running
had
clock.
a great game.
5:39 with a running clock here. 37-0. Do we got a host of new players out there? I think we do. See some subs coming into the game. Nice to let everybody play. These kids work hard at practice every day. Mars with a quick pass. He's wide open. Uh-oh. Number 15. Oh, nice tackle.
Way to get off the block.
That is number 8. Trevor Aldrich with a nice play because there was running room out there.
Almost looked like someone from Armstrong was out of position. And I mean, at this point in the game, trying to get subs in, you're going to find that happen more often than not. But good job by Mars of exploiting it, finding the hole.
4:50 left on this running clock. Quarterback rolling out. He's got his man. And that is... Is that picked?
Oh, I thought almost. It looked
like... They call it. Now the other official comes in and says incomplete. I thought it was either an interception or incomplete.
That ball was definitely rolling around on the turf there. Good job by Jacobs of getting in there and tearing it out.
Never want to be hard on the refs, but they have not had a great
No.
They really have not. Not to shine a spotlight on them. It's not an easy job, but just a call like that you should be able to make.
2nd and 10 for the Planets. Quick pass. And it's caught for about 5 yards. Aiden Alicio. 4 minutes to play on this running clock.
And a quarterback, number 5 for Mars, Luke Goodworth. He's a freshman. He's showing some good signs, good presence, making some good throws for a freshman, stepping up in the pocket.
And that ball is incomplete. Nice defense there by number 18, Kyan Klein, which is going to bring up 4th down. Let's see what the Planets elect to do. Looks like they're leaving their offense out on the field. 4th and 6, 3:30 on this running clock.
Yeah, if you're a Mars fan, you got to like what you see out of the freshman, Goodworth, as far as the future goes.
Back to pass here. He's under a heavy pursuit. He's going to get away. Oh, and it's incomplete. Almost picked off there by, not sure who that was. But Armstrong will take over on downs at the Mars 37-yard line with 3:11 left to play in this ball game. It has been all Riverhawks, 37-0.
Yeah, they've just done a nice job. They came out right away and pretty much took over the line of scrimmage. And as we know from watching football and from being around football, usually the team that owns the line of scrimmage wins the game. And even it's been enough even to offset all the penalties against Armstrong.
And now we see Kyan Klein in at quarterback. So Caden Olson's day is done. And there's a little handoff. No, he's going to fake it. He's going to keep that ball, and he's got running room. And he avoids a tackle. Nice little move.
I'll tell you.
Down to about the 28-yard line.
Kyan Klein is one of the stronger runners I've ever been around, pound for pound for his age, and he showed you right there. He's one of those guys that if you're on the defensive side, you don't want to see him running at you 100%.
2nd and 1 Riverhawks at the Mars 29-yard line. 2 minutes left in this game.
Very physical runner.
Be nice to see Klein muster a drive here, get in the end zone for the Riverhawks. And there's a handoff to number 89 up the middle. Why don't I have an 89 on here?
I think that's Rex Harmon. Rex Harmon. That was Rex Harmon on the carry. Rex is another strong runner. He runs angry. Once again, he's a freshman. I had a chance to coach him at the youth level, and he runs with some power. He can climb both.
Minute 30 left in this game. It is 1st and 10, Riverhawks at the Mars 23-yard line. They're taking the clock down here. And hands off to Harmon. There's nowhere to go, and he's going down. Nice pursuit there by Mars.
They tried to sneak one to the outside. They figured they've been pounding it inside time and time again. Let's try going outside, but Mars was ready for them that time.
Tommy Simon with the tackle. Nice play there for Mars. 2nd and 12. And now we are in victory formation. Looks like our final score is going to be your Riverhawks 37 and the Mars Fighting Planets 0.
Klein taking a little shot there.
Yeah. It was chippy in the first half, and it kind of ended with one more little jab.
And that's the ball game. Thank you for tuning in to High Top. We're going to break to a commercial, and we're going to come back and give you the play and the player of the game.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at the Katanning store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, #SableMeat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-paused prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop is the official clother of High Top Sports Network and is a family-owned company that can handle all your custom embroidery, custom sign, and laser engraving needs. Located at 409 4th Street in downtown Fort City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. Their laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee cups, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2461 today.
Welcome back. Final score. Your Riverhawks were all over Mars tonight. It is time to name the
Gross Embroidery
player of the game. And this was really a no-brainer. It was unanimous up here in the booth. And
Absolutely.
Player of the game tonight is the offensive line for your Armstrong Riverhawks. We have number 50, Cherokee Schreckengoss, 65, Owen Kamer, 70, Ethan Chrisman, 71, Caden Barrick, 73, Julius Barnes.
No, they did a great job. They came out right off the bat. They took it to Mars right off the bat. They created gaping holes all night long up the middle. Just an awesome team job by that offensive line.
Yeah, we were getting messages about it up here too, gentlemen, that people even out there viewing the broadcast knows how great this offensive line was doing. So if it was easy for you guys to see out there, imagine what we saw here live. from the press box. But Ryan, the play of the game, we talked a little bit about this.
The play of the game has to be that trick play early on. Caden, a little trickery, a little reverse look, kick back to Caden. Zablocki releasing out into the flat corner, and Caden hit him with a beautiful pass. He secured it for a touchdown, gave him the 2-touchdown lead, and really kind of killed what momentum could be forming from a stop from Mars. That was critical play at the time.
Yeah, Armstrong came down to Mars, and they took care of business. Now they set up a nice matchup next week with Greensburg-Salem. So this is going to push the Riverhawks to 2-1 in conference. Greensburg is going to be a team that either goes to 3-0 or 2-1, so it's going to be a team they're looking up at. It's going to be at home. Great job by the Riverhawks. Looks like they got out relatively healthy and a nice team victory.
Yeah, just a good overall team performance. That's a big game next week. This gives them a lot of confidence going into that. Definitely some things they can clean up, some of the extracurricular activity, some of the situational awareness, but I'm sure Fabian and his staff will drill on that hard, and they'll be ready to go.
I think that about wraps it up, guys. Ryan, Doug, thank you so much for being a part of this tonight. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it, listening to these two fellows as much as I did. First chance to do so. I want to thank all of you out there. As always, you guys make this so much fun, and certainly saw a lot of you out there based on these numbers that were tuning in tonight. That means a lot to us, and as I say always, you have a lot of ways you could be spending your Friday evening, and you choose to spend it with us, and that means so much to us here at High Top Sports Network. And lastly, our sponsors, including TGIF Solutions, more specifically the Shellhammer Atwood Agency in West Katanning, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market in Katanning, Belmont Complex, Steffi's Country Catering, Phoenix Physical Therapy in Katanning and Royal Valley, Shop and Save, Ryan Bowser's State Farm, Olson Chiropractic, UFB Parker LLC, Stanley's Bar and Grill, Gross Embroidery, Manor Township Fire Hall, Arms Care Incorporated, and BS Outfitters, and many, many more out there for some other games we have going on. And just again, thank you to those sponsors. Thank you for tuning in. And for Ryan and for Doug, my name is Joe Rhodes. We will see you next time here on High Top Sports Network.